What's going on, everybody? Pigpen, the one and only here, and as promised, we are here to recap the Carbonated live stream that just ended a few minutes ago. I'll get right into the introductions here. We have some familiar voices. Bird, you there?
I'm here.
You put that angry voice on. Bird didn't have a chance to listen to the live stream, and we just kind of brought him up to date, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say. With me as well is Craig. What's up, Craig? How you doing?
Good, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you doing? Very good. Jeez, don't sound so happy, Craig. And guys, introducing our newest member to the live stream, Crystal. Everybody, this is Crystal. Why don't you say hello?
Hello.
So, somebody new. I love new voices, new opinions. It's always a pleasure. Crystal, so really quick, just bring everybody up to speed. How long have you been playing Racing Rivals?
A little over 2 years.
Little over two years.
Yeah, Thanksgiving of 2015.
How did you find Racing Rivals? I gotta ask. That's my question to everybody. How did you find it?
Well, it was, you know how we have the offer walls?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was actually on a sort of, it was on kind of like that on another game.
Oh. So they do advertise.
I completed the campaign. I got, you know, I don't even have that game downloaded no more. I don't even play it. But I got rewards for it. So once I got through the campaign, I was like, let's try this out. So there you are.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they actually advertised on other. I was completely unaware of that. That's pretty cool. That's good to know. So I don't know.
It was through the which I use Android. So it was like through the Google Play. Stuff like that.
Excellent. All right. What's going on? We got a ton of people here in the lobby with us. We got King's Surreals here, Ron, Jeremy, Big Red. I think I saw Big Red in the Carbonated live stream. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Jeremy's here.
What? What? Sticky Ricky. Nice. So, guys, we have a lot to talk about. As I mentioned earlier, Nick didn't do his homework. He was busy with real life things. I know some of us have real life stuff to deal with, but no, he didn't watch the Carbonated live stream. The rest of us did, so we're gonna fill him in, and we're gonna get his unfiltered, just a reaction, his just instant reaction. So guys, get ready for this. I'll say right off the bat, I liked a lot of the things that Carbonated brought to the table. I really did. Like, there's some things I really liked. There's some things I thought were really cool. There were others that were okay. We're going to talk about them all. So the one thing they brought up that I thought is probably my main selling point, the one thing that I think we need to do is bring, and Colby said it, he had his fists out like this. We have new players and we have old players. We got to get new players over to the old player category without getting killed. And that's what I've been saying since day one. We need some new players to the game. We got to fill these lobbies. The more people that play, the more friendships you make, the more excitement that's out there, the better off the game is. And I believe that 100%. And I think some of the changes they are hinting at really kind of starts to get that ball moving in that direction, which is good. So to start off, what'd they do? They started off with the crates. Craig, did you see them open up the crack open the crate? Did you see the beginning?
I missed the very beginning.
Oh, okay. So,
I did.
oh, you did. So, Crystal, you saw it.
Awesome.
It was. So basically, in a nutshell, really quick, when you open up a crate, well, some of the crates are going to be gone, completely gone. They may be back in another way, shape, or form. We don't know. They may not know. But crates are going to be gone and changed as we know it. Now, when you open up a crate, instead of getting, say you buy one crate, you get...
Hold on.
What?
That's you lagging, Joe.
Who's lagging?
The stream. Your stream. everybody's saying it's choppy.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
It's being choppy. It's freezing. See, it's weird.
Real said.
Hmm.
Stream might be bad too.
It's probably on YouTube's end because my stream here has a green bar, meaning my OBS is streaming just perfectly. So, of course, it's probably YouTube. Yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube feed and it just looks kind of grainy and choppy.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's...
Walmart internet. There we go.
Damn it.
So, well, we're just going to continue on as it is. Hopefully, YouTube gets their shiznit together. He says it's fixed now. So, anyways, okay. So when you open up a crate now, you get one item, and you move on to the next crate, and you get one item per crate. What I saw and what Crystal saw was something a little different. Now you open up a crate, 3 items, which is kind of cool. It's a different concept. So there's some really big changes with the crates too. So basically you get 3 items. The first item was a paint, and they called it radioactive paint, and it was like a red and yellow.
Yeah, it was like a sun color.
It looked
like
really cool. We didn't actually get to see it on a car in the showroom or on the track, but we saw it. It looked pretty good. It was red, yellow, and it's going to be one of those multicolor paints, which is really cool now. But the cool thing is outside of the paint there was a border, and it was purple. Purple meaning, you know, this could change down the road. For example, purple meaning epic. You know, this is a very rare item. It shows you right there. So you know that when you get an item, if it's a common item or if it's extremely rare. So they kind of gauge it by that. This had a red border, and he said this was the equivalent to epic as it is right now, which is really cool. The next item, you get the second item. It was a set of red headlights, which we don't know if they're bringing back red headlights or not. This was just an example, but it had a blue border, probably meaning it was common. You know, nothing too special, but still a good item. And then the third item was, it was a tooth. I have it written down here. I'm checking out my notes. I got a whole list of notes that I took. Kind of trying to prepare myself. So the third item, Crystal, you saw it, was a 2009 Honda Mugen, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, like an NXRR, you know, NSXRR kind of type.
Yep, and this was, it looked like this, it looked just like the NSXRR. It did say an R1 class, and it had the stats to it. But the thing I liked, and this was the big thing for me, was the fact that, and he quote, I'm not going to quote it word for word, but basically, no more blueprints, right? He says you can't race a blueprint, but you can race a car. So from my understanding, he said blueprints are going to be a thing of the past. To get rid of blueprints, and I always absolutely hated getting 4 out of 5 blueprints and just not getting the car and just going, crap, man. And then whatever. Whoa! Android Gamer. Wow. Hold on. Pause for Android Gamer. You guys see this? Question. Might be off topic, but if there was another update after this one, would you like to see a trading system in the game? Your honest opinion. Do you think this would be beneficial for the game for the long run? Let's pause and we'll answer this question. He was generous enough to donate $20, so I'm going to answer your question, Android Gamer. A trading system, there's good and bad, obviously, and you have to kind of weigh it out here. It's good for the progression of the game as far as new players and the black market, I guess, in a sense. So it's good for that, but bad because you have to think about it this way. Like, the game was built around pinks. I love pinks. I love going out there, and if I want a car, my goal is to go out and find that car. Find it in the lobby, see if I can get a pink slip going, lose a car, fine, I'll get another car and go after that car again, try to get that car. That's why I love the game. It's exciting. There's adrenaline. And actually go out and earn that car is so much better than to go out and trade. Like I could go on eBay all day long and buy and trade. And there's a game I played that had an auction house, World of Warcraft, and there were items you could trade back and forth all day long. And it takes away from the actual racing, the sole intention of the game, the adrenaline rush, the challenge, the head-to-head competition. It takes that away and puts it on the back shelf, and it makes it more of a trading game. Like I have Pokemon cards, you have Pokemon cards, I'll trade you these two for that one, and back and forth, and it becomes more of trading and less of racing. So that's the downside to it. But there's definitely pros and cons. The biggest con that I see out there is there's other games where they had a trading system, and unfortunately over time people found ways to exploit it. They found ways to go into the code of the game, take out your player ID, and basically steal cars out of your garage. So if something like that were to happen, that would just be devastating to the game. And it's just, you know, I think it takes away from the head-to-head combat, really. The competition, the best player wins all type attitude, and it brings it down to, can I find it in the showroom? Oh, can I buy it in the auction house or whatever system? And it just kind of loses its, you know, the excitement to me. So there you have it, pros and cons. I hope I answered your question. Would I like to see it? Yes, if it could be a small aspect of the game and be guaranteed not to affect the game as far as cheaters and hacks, I could accept it in that way. But if either of those two conditions couldn't be met, I would have to say, leave it out. We don't need it. Let's just go as it is. So thank you, Android Gamer. Appreciate your, what do they call that? Well, money. Gratitude. No, the super chat. So thank you, Android Gamer. I appreciate that very much. I hope I answered your question. So, whew, wow. Rant and rave in one direction and the other. It's crazy. So, so anyways, let's get back to what we were talking about. So no more blueprints, which is really the best thing I heard. I don't know what you guys think about blueprints. I hated them. I've always hated them. Yes, it's a way to get cars, and I had to collect them, but I thought, man, 5 out of 5 blueprints I got to get. So that's 5 crates that I have to buy right there to get a car. If I don't get that blueprint or get the car, then I have to buy more. And it seems maybe the live stream is kind of, you know, doing its thing here. I don't know. It's little.
They said it's better now.
Is it?
It's going good.
Okay.
They said it's better now.
Yeah, I can look at the stream and it looks like it's, I don't know. My stream, my signal here is perfect, so it's got to be YouTube on their end, but nothing I can do about that. So maybe we'll go a little bit slow. I can do that. So, what do you guys think? Blueprints going away, thing of the past, is good, bad? Any opinions?
Well, they're coming out. They're coming out with this. They're a big thing. Their big seller trying to sell this episode was, you know, rarity, car value.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get away from the black market and play to earn for your cars, you know. And I think blueprints was a way that people, you know, got rare cars.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to come out with this and the crates, you know, more than one item per crate, it might be a good thing. You never know. I'm just heartbroken about the no showroom.
Yeah, so you guys, well, let's talk about that, because I know not Craig, but Nick heard no showroom and he freaking lost his mind.
Tell us
That
who
was me. That was me.
So for those of you guys who didn't watch the live stream, definitely check it out next week, because there's some really, really interesting topics. A lot of information they're bringing to the table. The big shocker today was that there's not going to be a showroom anymore. Showroom's going to be gone. And I know it's a hard concept to grasp, because we've had a showroom from day one. Since day one, there's always been a showroom. Without the showroom, what's going to happen? We don't know. They did kind of give us a little bit of information, a few hints here and there to see how, you know, we'd react. They don't want to spill the beans all at once either. So anyway, so They did say this, though. Okay, there's not going to be a showroom, but I'm going through my notes here, and it says, so somebody asked ways to get a car, and they mentioned that there will be a whole variety of ways to get cars, a whole variety of ways to earn cars. We don't know exactly the details on this. We don't know exactly what it means. How do you earn a car? Is it, you know, get 5th place in Showdown, or is it something, you know, buy 20 crates and you automatically get this car plus all the items in the crate? Maybe I just wrote this down earlier and I got to say it now before I forget. Achievements. I'd love to see achievements. I played a game and they had just a whole page of achievements, whether it's racing. After you race 400 races in an R2 class car, you get certain achievement. Maybe you get a special car for that or a special rep. You know, win 10 pinks, you get a car, a special car. Win 20 pinks, you get another car. Win 50 pinks, get this car, and so on all the way up. You know, be a high roller and you know, bet over $20 million over the stretch of a period of time, and maybe you get this car or that car or this achievement. So maybe that's a way to earn cars. I don't know. They didn't really say, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. I have to say, I'm kind of intrigued. I know.
Here's my thoughts.
There we go.
There's going to be no showroom. If you want to filter all these new players to get like the older players, if you're a new player, you do your achievement or however you earn your car. They lose it. How in the hell are they going to be able to get it back? Or they can't. so how is a new player going to compete with the older player if he loses a car and then can't get it back because he already did an achievement or something?
I don't know, Bird. These are very good questions. I hope they've thought about all this. I hope they have some sort of rock solid plan to go into effect, because I really don't have the answers for this. That's a good question. You know, what if a new player gets into the game?
That's all I'm trying to say.
Sure.
I'm trying to incorporate the new players, and I'm all for that. But if there's going to be no showroom where the new players can't buy cars, how long is a new player going to be a new player?
I don't know. See, these are all things we're going to...
I think that they're trying to get new players. You know, new players want to be like, ooh, I want that car. How do I get that car? Right? We got old school players with big garages, and them new players want those cars, turf cars. They want turf cars. They want all that. They're getting rid of the showroom. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. When I turf, I run the cheapest class. You know, if it's class, you know, everybody runs that SVT Cobra. No, if it's C class. Me, I probably go
Don't be picking on my Cobra.
GTI, but you know, and what it comes down to is the RRC you have in your account and the amount of cars you have of that car. The more cars you have to pinks and give away or win with, the more points you're going to have. More
Here, the SVT was a shit car in the beginning. Then everyone started buying masses of them, and everyone started racing Cobras, and everyone got good at everyone's good in the Cobra.
I suck in the Cobra. I just don't race the Cobra.
That car fun, because now everyone's good at it.
I think they should raise the stakes on RRC, you know, give out more RRC, keep the showroom.
They ain't gonna do that because people buy it for $100.
Those cars in quantity and bulk to be able to get those points to earn those turf cars.
Well, I think this is going to dramatically, we were talking about this, so it's going to dramatically change turf. No more is it going to be buyers ordering up 50 cars, seller building them and selling them 50 cars, because that's not going to happen. There's not going to be a showroom. There's not going to be a source for these cars anymore. There's going to have to be another source for people to get their cars, and I think they said they want to raise the stakes. They want, when you hit that pink button, you accept pink slips or you challenge, man. They want something. They want some something of value behind that. They don't want it just to be a mundane, repetitive action. Pink slip, and that's the way it's become. It really has. They want to get away from that. They want that excitement back. They want that adrenaline. You're putting something of value on the line, a car that you cannot quite just go to the showroom and replace if you lose. They want, you know, they want some meaning behind it. And you have to think twice now before hitting that pink slip, because you go, hey, I hit pink slip. I'm not going to the showroom. This is not getting replaced. And that brings up the point.
That's 22, because now guys are going to have less cars and they ain't going to want to pick as much.
So
yeah, you're going to have, and everybody complains about
all
free
these
racers.
new people that are coming in ain't going to want to pick at all.
They're just going to hate.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's real. You get new players that are just coming in. You're working hard for your cars.
Yep.
You're not going to pink them because you got to earn them.
Now. Yeah.
most definitely.
So the live stream is buffering, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm checking my phone right here to see if I can get to have a look on.
Restart. Edward sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Of it's buffering, so it's definitely on. Should we
A buff guy? What? Edward sent you a picture of a buff?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So, so we can get back to the showroom. Let's move on real quick here. The next thing is
the next thing, rebirth topic.
this is actually an interesting idea. I don't know how necessary it is, but it's interesting. Is the Cardex is what they called it. Now, they threw around the topic, the word Cardex last week, and I didn't really understand what it was. I understand what it is now. It's basically like a Rolodex, but a Cardex. Basically, there's an option on the side of the map somewhere. Cardex was like the last one down. It went garage, map, showroom, which I don't understand because there's no showroom. What was the next one here? There was one, collection, Cardex. So basically, you click on the Cardex, and it has every single car in the game. And they were all little, icons sitting there, and each one of them said, like the Ford Mustang Race Edition, and it would have a picture of the car. It would have the breakdown, what class it is, R2. This one said 92 Civic SIRE, and then it had a percentage, 2% owned, meaning 2% of the player base has this car. So that would mean that it's a pretty rare car. 2%, it's a rare car. So and then there was details. You could click on the details and it told you more. It would have like the speed rating, the drive type, whether it's front wheel drive, all wheel drive, rear wheel drive, power, weight, torque, all that good stuff. And then it would say find it. Basically, you could click the find it button and that would tell you where it originated from. What were its origins? Was it a turf car? Could it be, if it's a turf car, you can no longer get it anymore. Maybe it was a showroom car at one point. Maybe it was an achievement. Maybe it was a special giveaway like the BMW Z4. It told you where it came from and what percentage of the Racing Rivals population has this. So you can kind of gauge to see whether it's a rare car or not.
And they'll probably have in there how you're going to be able to achieve this car because it's not in the showroom.
Yeah.
That's going to show you that there is no more 1-1. There goes your one.
Yep.
There goes the 1-1.
Boy, that one of one, that kills me. I don't know about you guys, but that is like one thing that really angers me in a small way. I'll go on the groups and they say, oh, how many people, is this a 1-of-1? Anybody have this car? And gone, if you can buy that car in a showroom, if you could get that car from Turf, it is not a 1-of-1. Doesn't matter if you have a combination of Copo wheels on it, red headlights. It's not a 1-of-1, meaning that somebody could make that car. If they still have those wheels and they still have those lights or that paint or whatever the case may be, just because it has some odd combination of accessories doesn't make it 1-of-1. There are very, very few 1-of-1 cars in the game, and that term gets thrown around way too much. So, drives me nuts. So,
I don't have any one-of-ones.
I don't think there are very few one-of-ones. I mean, even the showroom or the showdown cars with the gold wheels, A, they were cloned. B, there's multiple releases of them. So to say something is one-of-one, it just doesn't happen. There's no one-of-ones. Even I have a car that was only released one time, and it's the gold Top Fuel Dragster. It was released one time. One person got that car. But even that car, I'm convinced, is not a one-of-one. Somebody had to have cloned it. Something happened down the way. So I don't know. One-of-one is just it's a myth, to be honest. Like, there are no one-of-ones in the game. And if there are, very few. There may be 1, 2, 3 cars. Even the QRs that we got from the Players Summit and the Players Council and the Summit, obviously those aren't one-of-ones. There's probably 10 of them out there, maybe a few more. They're rare, but there's no such thing as a one-of-one.
Greg's seen it back in the day. That thing's been cloned left and right.
What's that?
Said, Greg's seen it back in the day. That thing was cloned.
Yeah. So. Greg.
Yeah,
Greg. Hashimoto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jihashi.
How's he doing, man? How's he doing? That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
He's still going at it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hashimoto might make their debut again this week.
Yeah, about this. Yeah, the gold Z28 Kansas Tracy. I have to say, I've seen handfuls upon handfuls of those cars out there. So, not even if they only released 2 cars, one and then a re-release for 2 cars total out there. They got cloned. They're out there. Like I said, nothing is sacred. They've all been cloned. So, what's up, Gerald from Holyoke, Mass? That's not too far. That's like 20 minutes from me. So, what's up, Gerald? Glad to have you joining us.
Have you ever streamed on Twitch before?
I have not. I set up a Twitch just so I could comment and watch streams, but I might give it a shot one of these days.
Edward want to know if you could change it since
YouTube is getting horrible lately, to be honest. YouTube is just... I mean, I hope they really work on their system. I know they're not really a streaming service. They're more of a upload video and watch it type thing. But as far as live streaming, that's not their specialty. Hopefully they get with it because they're getting killed. They're absolutely getting killed. Like Twitch, the Twitch feed that Carbonated did, it was like seamless. There were no issues on my end. I could watch them perfectly. No glitching, no audio and problems, nothing. It was really great. But YouTube just... I'm looking at my screen, my OBS right here, which is going perfect. And then I look on YouTube and it's all grainy and it's just slow and it's just horrible. So I might end up making the switch. If I could actually live stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, I might try that. I might give it a whirl. So the other thing they mentioned, a little something they mentioned was did you catch this? They talked about the X-Class. X-Class is kind of to be determined, meaning its future is uncertain. They might get rid of X-Class altogether, maybe get rid of it completely, maybe incorporate different cars into R-Class and some into S-Class. But basically, it's always been one of those weird classes. It didn't fit in anywhere.
No.
Never. There's some cool cars. Like, don't get me wrong, really cool cars. A lot of collectible cars, concepts, all that good stuff. But it just never fit in.
They're either hard to drive or very slow.
And to top it off, they're expensive as all hell to upgrade and to buy. And their performance is very, very poor.
That's what Daniel was saying on the stream. He said they cost more to upgrade than an R2 class car.
Yes.
And they're slower than the R class car.
Absolutely. You're lucky if you could even compete with. You're lucky to compete with an S class car.
Yeah, get rid of them. I never use mine anyway.
So I mean, yeah, there's no cars in there that I really thought they were S or X classes. That's great. They could have completely taken them and gotten rid of X class. They should have never needed it. They could have incorporated most of them into S and R class, split them up, and there you have it. There's some really cool, like some of the Subarus. There's the Glue Edition. There's the WRX, whatever it was. I can't even. There's just a few. And then there's the few of the other ones, the DS line, or the D line, or Servo. Yeah, really cool cars. They never really fit in. Yes, exactly. Turbo Meister. They never really fit in anywhere. So to get rid of X Class is probably a good idea. It's just one of those. I mean, there are a few people that really love it, but it's just really, when you compare it to all the other classes, it's just unused and just not necessary. So, so there's that.
You know what I'd like to see him do?
What's that?
You know, you get like the Z28. It's an A class.
Mm-hmm.
But with the performance parts on it, bumps it to 1668.
Yeah.
They should bump that up to S class then.
That's an idea.
But it's the licensing, right? The issue, they can't get the license on the car.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know exactly.
That's why they named it X Class.
Could be. I'm not sure. I don't know particulars on this. Sounds legit.
I could be making shit up.
You could be. We tend to make a lot of shit up here, don't we?
Sometimes I just wing it. I just go with what my head tells me to go with.
That's not nice. That's not always a good thing.
Keep that head on my shoulders, sicko.
So, Crystal and Craig, you guys were Craig, you watched it a little bit later. Did you see the when they unveiled the garage portion?
Yes.
What did you guys? Yeah. What did you think of that?
Well, that was after they said no showroom, so I kind of went downhill for about minutes.
You were seeing red, huh?
Yeah. I had really regained my composure after that because I was heartbroken. I'm not lying. Like, I was almost in tears. I was like, well, there goes the game and everything.
Well, I don't know. I think we're all overreacting a little bit. I think we'll get used to no showroom.
After 5 years, that's hard to get used to.
It is. I will say, yeah, it does. It does.
Crack.
It is. I think it's like I said. It's going to change turf.
Another toolbox in there.
It's going to. So.
No, there's sparklers. Sparklers this time. Calm down.
Well, I was a little disappointed with the show, with the garage. I like what they're doing to the garage as far as the features, but damn it, man, change the garage itself. Get us out of that dingy little closet. I hate that thing.
They still have the thing moving in the back with the sparks.
Yeah, the same old busted piece of crap in the corner. Like, come on, man. Here's a car. Some of these cars we have are like $1 million car in this garage, and it's in this dark, dank, dingy, dusty garage with a rust bucket in the corner. There's a big old rust bucket in the corner. Like, come on, man, realistic. Give us a nice, big, bright garage, nice rafters, painted walls, graphics, maybe a little office, just upgrade it a little bit. I don't think, hopefully they have that coming, and they're just not. They don't want to show it to us, but I do like the features that they're showing us as far as the garage, the sorter. You can now, what they're saying is there's filters. You're looking for a car, you can put in R class. You can filter it down to R class Honda. You can filter that down to R class Honda front wheel drive. Or you can. There's all sorts of, I wish I would have wrote down some of the filters that I saw, but you can put in multiple filters, manufacturers, classes, drive, whether it's front wheel, rear wheel, all wheel, Do you guys see any others that I know there's more that I'm just not thinking of? Help me out here.
I think it's awesome. That way, if you've got a huge garage, you don't have to scroll all the way through it and try to find a car that's at the other end.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I've been hollering that too. A lot of people have been hollering that. But if they're sitting there making this whole game cosmetic, I mean, I know it's a lot of in-depth stuff too, the engineering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to get down with the lag, the servers, and fix all that. If they're wanting to bring people in, they're making it look like it's a great game, and it is. Don't get me wrong. But they need to fix it where people are gonna. How long has people been complaining about the servers and the lag and everything?
Yeah,
it's been going on forever. That needs to be fixed. I could do away with the cosmetic stuff if they would fix that,
Yeah.
I could wait on it. Wait for the next update.
A lot of people could go without the cosmetic stuff. There's some big issues, like you say, the lag. But on the flip side of the coin here is, unfortunately, graphics. That's how you get a lot of your new audience. These day and ages, you have to have, especially in car games. People love to collect cars, and a lot of people don't even play the game. They just like to look at the car. It looks really awesome. Look at the way it gleams in the light when you turn it this way and that way, and they just like the graphics. And that's how, unfortunately, a lot of people get attracted to a game, is by the looks. So that's kind of a balance as well. But yes.
But seriously, what attracted you to this game in the beginning?
Oh, the adrenaline rush of pinks. Like when I did the campaign.
And the aspect of a club.
Yes, dude.
And now you're kind of. I'm not gonna. I didn't see the defeat, so I really don't want to say. But it's kind of taken away from both of them points, ain't it?
Well, they didn't really talk too much about team features, and I don't know if they plan on it. I didn't see team features on the list of live streams.
But still, from what we're talking about, it seems like.
Thanks, King. Dirty Hammer. Catch you later.
Cars than they are trying to win them, or I don't know. I just think it's going in a different direction.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know if we have the full picture yet, and I'm trying to keep a very, very open mind here. I don't want to draw any conclusions yet because we're just getting a fraction of the information that they're leaking to us. Week by week, they give us a little bit of information here, a little morsel, a little nugget there, here, have this, have that. So to get the full picture, we're not getting it. So to make a full judgment, I can't do that yet. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff they can't say, they're not going to say until it actually is implemented into the game. So we have to consider that. That's just, my opinion on it. Hopefully they do mention that they want to incorporate teams into the game a little bit more than just a turf thing. Maybe have some long-term effects, like if you, somehow achievements. If you're on the same team for X amount of tournaments or X amount of events, maybe you get an achievement.
Well, they should have started that 5 years ago, though.
Well, they should have, absolutely. You'd be at the top of the game. You'd be at the top of the game because your team is probably
That's what I'm saying.
the oldest team, active team in the game. I can't think of another one.
So they're the oldest players.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean.
Easy on those old man jokes.
It's just because my back goes out every other day. Doesn't mean
Yeah, Flair says every stream on YouTube is going down right now. So it's got to be YouTube. So we'll see.
Joe Camp says, I think it will be poop. He called the shit poop.
That's a Billy Madison reference, isn't that? That's a Billy Madison when they were lighting the bag of poop on the porch, and the old man came out, stomped on it. He's like, oh, he called that shit poop.
Those were the good old days.
Oh,
He
man.
said, I think the game will be poop after the update. He said poop.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think it's, there are some things we're going to have to get used to, some changes, but I think it's moving at least it's moving in a direction and not staying stagnant.
I think we should.
I ain't going anywhere, but some things I just ain't going to be happy with. I mean, no one's going to be happy about everything.
Well, that's it. You can't please all the people all the time. You can please some of them some of the time. But, you know, it's very tough. Especially us. I got to say, gamers are probably the worst people because I say that from experience. Gamers are the worst and horrible people. We will not hold back. We will tell you right to your face what we think. And we're very blunt. So it's a plus. But, you know, we're very rude, crude, cut. And that's just how we are. So we're going to tell it right to your face how it is. If we don't like something, we're going to say it. If we like what you do, you're going to know because we're going to be playing. We're going to be spending money. And that's just comes with the course.
Hey, can we get Prophet of Doom on the stream somehow?
Why? Yeah, we could do that. I'm sure there's a way. Hey, Prophet of Doom, you want to be on the show?
Yes, go ahead. He's saying nothing but bad things about the update, but I want to know exactly why he feels that way. But he's been playing probably as long as, Bird's been playing.
Yeah.
So I want to see his opinions of why.
Tell you what.
He says it's not good, so.
Tell you what, I'll get Prophet of Doom. We'll talk to him on Facebook. I'll give him my Skype info. Maybe next week we'll have him on. I want to hear his opinion. I personally, like I said, there's a lot of stuff there that I like. Really awesome stuff that they're implementing. There's some, in the Racing Rivals universe, there's some bombs that are going off. No showroom. Like, what? No showroom? What am I going to do? Well, it's not like they're just going to take the showroom away. There's going to be a process.
I can see where.
No, they're taking the showroom away.
Well, but they're going to give us ways to get cars, though. That's the thing.
Yes, but you're not going to get them in bulk like you do from the showroom.
No,
you're not
so.
going to be able to have bulk cars.
No, the game is going to change. The game is going to evolve now. The game is not who has the deepest pockets now. When you get rid of the showroom.
It's going to change the whole aspect of turf. You take showroom away, it's going to change turf. There's some guys that are like me that just turf.
Yeah.
They don't do the showdown crap. They don't do none of that shit. They just turf. I go on and turf, or I'm talking to my friends online.
Yep.
I don't do none of that other extra crap. So
Well,
now you take away showroom, it's gonna change the face of turf.
it is. It's going to change. It's evolving. It's going to be different. It's not, like I said just a moment ago, it's not who has the deepest pockets anymore. I don't think that's going to be the case. It's not going to go, hey, tell my buyer, get me 30 cars of this, 30 cars of that, build them to this lobby, and send them over. It's not going to be that anymore. And you're going to see a balance here. It's going to be flipping from the people that buy cars to the people who race cars. You're going to see the actual racers now showing up in the top teams rather than those with deep pockets. And I think that's what's going to happen.
What they need to do if they're gonna take away the showroom, they're gonna need to fix the Game Guardian crap. They're gonna have to take out fucking Gulf Shift.
He said a bad word.
I'm surprised I haven't. I've been trying to bite my tongue.
I love your laugh there, Crystal. That's awesome. Sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to interrupt, but man, that was great. So go ahead.
What word did I say?
Shit.
He called that shit poop.
You called the shit poop.
Sorry. But I think it's good.
Next time, please.
Yeah, they're trying to take the whole. That's what they said. Their whole point was to take it away from the black market.
Yeah.
And you have to play to earn.
Well, that's
the
it.
rarity,
Black market.
The car value is what they're going after. The color of the glow behind your car is how rare it is.
Yep.
The color of your prize that you get out of your crate, the glow on it, that's how rare it is.
And they want to keep it from people just buy. They could have done this not carbonated, but this game years and years ago they could have really changed it to could be. They could have squashed the black market, which has implications. You know, the black market does keep the game afloat, so you can't completely stomp it down into the dirt and get rid of it. but they could have balanced it out years ago, and but they didn't. They CIE not so much, but Glue at the time kind of just let it run its course, and they thought the game was most games are 6 months, 9 months, maybe a year. I'm trying to read this comment. So sorry, I got sidetracked here. So much going on. I don't know.
There are people out there that sell their cars, sell their turf cars in order to keep on playing.
Yes. Which I never understood that. I'm a collector. I love these cars.
Goes hand in hand with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, cars are so damn cheap, no one's really selling shit. Oh, I said it again.
No, you said the F-bomb the last time.
Oh, did I? I'm Italian. It comes out naturally.
I'm right there with you. I'm bad about that myself.
Well, Brian brings a good point up here. So he says, it sounds like it's going to... See, I'm thinking it's going to be... in one aspect, it's going to take away who has the deepest pockets as far as spend $20, buy 50 of these cars, have a builder build them, and then I race them in turf all day long until they're gone, and then that's it. But Brian says it sounds like it's going to be who has the deepest pockets. He says right now you race to... you bypass by having 50 cars. You bypass engine damage by having 50 cars. With limited number of cars, you're basically cornered to repair more than not. So there's that aspect. If there's less cars out there, if there's only 3 cars in your garage that are eligible for this event, I guess if you want to race and continue to race, yeah, you're going to have to repair, maybe gem repair. There's different ways to look at it, I guess, and that's actually a very valid point.
But it was fun, though. You got a builder building you 50 cars. All the top 25 teams, they're all buying cars. They're all pinking.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
Well, I got to ask you, though, in all honesty, though, isn't it a bit boring and repetitive, though, to grab 50 of the same car and, have somebody buy them, and basically you race one, if you foul it out and lose it in the pinks, oh well, next. Race it, foul it out, next. Race it, win, cool. Race it, lose, next. Doesn't that get a little bit repetitive and boring?
Before they started doing all this, taking half the points away in that on the second and third race.
Yeah.
You race a guy for pinks, you lose, you go right back at it with him.
Uh-huh.
You end up, you race him over and over. You end up being friends with the guy because you end up pink. You're always looking for that dude in pink, in turf to try and pink him. You had fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you pink and it's like, wait an hour for the points to reset. It gets fucking boring now.
Yeah, I could say it.
I want to wait an hour. I want to go back right back at you. You win 5 of my cars in a row. Hey, you won 5 of my cars. Good job.
Yeah. No, that's the one thing. Yeah, I've raced the same dude a few times. See, I race for pinks. Even when I'm going for points, I race for pinks. So if I see a guy and I race him and I win, and then say he challenges me again, and I lose this time. Now I'm like, crap, man, we're even. I won one, lost one. I'll find him in the lobby again, and I'll challenge him, and he'll decline. And I'm like, well, what's the deal, dude? And he's racing for points. He's like, challenge me, hit me up in 45 minutes when points reset. And I'm like, no, I'm here now. Let's race. I'm here for pinks. I'm here for your car. I don't care about points. He's there for points. So, yeah, with the declining points, it kind of kills the fun, really, in a sense.
It did. I mean, hey, Dr. Daddy always kicked my fucking ass, no matter what car we were in, motherfucker. He always beat me.
Who?
But you still wanted to pick him. Even if he was going to beat me 5 times in a row, there was a chance that I might get him.
Yep.
But now, you race, now you got to wait until the points build up. It ain't fun doing it that way.
No, I think there's when you play a video game, gamers have attention span that big. Like, seriously, very small attention span. If
What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. So if there's not constant input and stimulation through the game, we're going to walk away. We're going to leave. And if you do that, you put in these the declining points. Now we kind of losing interest. You're losing that rivalry. And, you know, whether it's a one-on-one or whether it's a team versus team or something of that nature, you're taking away, you're giving less reasons for us to race each other. Hey, instead of two people wanting to race, now you have one person who wants to race, but the other one says, oh, hold on, come back in 45 minutes, we'll race again. You know, you're just giving less and less reason to race, and you should be giving more reasons to race. Every time you see somebody, every time you're in a lobby, every time you jump in a car, you should want to race, and not because and have to worry about, you know, declining points or, you know, over-exaggerated engine damage or anything of that nature. You know, there's nothing worse than getting ready to race and you get, you know, okay, I fouled once, there's engine damage. We got one race, the guy didn't want to race pinks, so there was one wasted. So that's two, and you only get 4 races per car, maybe 5 if you're lucky. And I don't like that. I just think there needs to be more reasons. You jump in a car, race. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Every race should be all-out race and not, hold on, come back in 40 minutes, you know, when I'm ready to race you again for points, you know. Give both players the reason to race.
And the reason I don't like this point system is I don't like how some of these cars you can free race and get major points off of just free racing.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. So let me ask.
What's the point of that?
Give me 1 second. I want to ask Bunker Spy. He's in the live chat. He's always here. So Bunker Spy says this, and I'm going to read Bunker Spy's response. He says, Carbonated is definitely risking the future of racing rivals. I mean, come on. No showroom. Cardex. So I need to know, what don't you like about no showroom? I mean, we don't have all the information either. So what with the information, the limited information we have, what don't you like about that? And what don't you like about the Cardex there, Bunker Spy? I'm kind of curious. I want to see your point of view on this.
The Rolodex.
The Rolodex.
Nobody calls it that anymore.
The Rolodex. It's the Cardex. I don't know. I like it. I like the... Yes?
So
I'm getting tired.
No.
Huh?
Well, that.
Eh?
Profit Works Nights, he just downloaded Skype.
Oh.
I think he might not be able to get on next week. He took a personal day today.
Yeah.
So I think we should have him for a little bit tonight. Is that possible?
You guys will have to keep the conversation flowing as I try to add him. Can
I'm
you...
going to send you all his information.
Okay, so you guys keep
Crystal, take it away.
Keep the conversation. Yeah, Crystal.
Yes.
Take it away. No pressure. No pressure. You got it. Let's talk about...
Yeah, you told me I would end up doing like Craig does, and I just...
Craig.
Silent Mrs.
But,
Bob?
yeah, that's what they said. It's like, don't be like Craig and freeze.
What happens when you put on the spot?
Yeah.
I know.
I drink.
And this is why I wish I did drink. But yeah, I'm not happy about the no showroom. That's bulk stuff. That's how I make my points. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see how they're going to incorporate new players with no showroom where they're going to be able to buy or purchase cars. If they lose a car and they say a new player gets up and wants a pink,
Mm-hmm.
and then he spins, he's got the opportunity of his showroom car. He can go and buy another one and build it up.
Yeah.
Now he spins, or he's lost his car.
Well,
I mean, how's the new player going to keep up with now the older players? They got their garages are full. And most of the guys out there got more than 10 cars of each car, unless they're turf cars. And some guys happen to have 10 or more. But you know what I'm getting at? How are the new players going to incorporate it? You're never going to get the new players all the way on the same playing field as an older player. It's not going to happen.
Well, I'm basically starting out a noob again, so I guess I'll
Yeah, but you've already played it, so you know where some of these cars shift at. You know all of that stuff already.
Yeah, but I'm not going to have access. I'm literally starting as a noob again, like where I sold my account. So my account, start a new account. I'm going to be right there with the noobs at how to earn these cars.
Well, why'd you sell your account?
I'm not going to be a scorer like I used to be because I don't have the garage that I used to have.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm thinking you got about 7 to 8 weeks to load up on some cars. If you need some cash, I'll give you cash.
But yes, the showroom is where people make their points. They buy in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
They tune in bulk. They race. It doesn't matter if you buy 50 cars. You lose 49 of them. You still got one car. Hey, you're going to risk that last showroom car. But you get these other cars that they want to introduce that you got to earn. Nobody's going to be pinking those. Especially when
here's the other thing. There's a lot of new cars out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's rare. You know? It's going to take some people have to be collecting those a little bit before they're going to pink them. But then you got those that are out there and they don't care to risk to lose it all. So maybe that's what the game's going to shift to. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, obviously there's some details we need, but I think it's a good thing. I like the way it's going. It makes it interesting again and not just routine.
Now, if they take all the blueprints away, the blueprints that everyone do have, do they become cars?
I doubt it. I bet you they'll be
so
gone.
They're just going to take everything away.
My guess is they'll give you one last chance to buy the car, get the blueprints. I have blueprints going way back from the very beginning of the game. I've kept them unless it's a crappy car that I just wanted to get rid of. But I've kept them all in case it comes. And some of them have come back, and I just needed one blueprint, and I got it. You know, so but. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of getting rid of the blueprints. I hated blueprints from the beginning. I like if you open a crate, you get a car, a whole car, or you get an accessory or something else. You know, I like that.
Yeah, that's fine. The blueprints don't bother me. It's just all the blueprints that you have in your inventory.
You're right.
That's just going to go away.
I have tons and tons.
That's going to clear up a lot of inventory for people, and that's going to be the only positive thing out of that part is because you're going to be getting multiple inventory out of each crate.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but they got to do something with the stuff that you already have.
But they're going to have new things. It's not necessarily. You saw that radioactive paint.
That was awesome.
It's not necessarily going to be what you already have. It's going to be there's going to be rare things in there, and that's what they mainly focused about was the rarity of items this week.
Well,
yeah, but what people are going to get mad about is if they buy in crates and they're getting these blueprints and whatever, now they're just going to take them away. Ain't that kind of like taking money from people?
Maybe. I would absolutely. I would say if I bought 27 different crates and I have 27 different blueprints in my inventory, and they say, hey, no longer are those even going to be worth anything. That is kind of like taking money, and maybe you should get some sort of compensation, maybe some free crates or.
Don't they already compensate you when you get the boosts from those crates? When you open a blueprint, you get boosts. You get so many boosts per blueprint.
Yeah, you do. So, yeah, there is that aspect. Rival Storm, he wants to know, Joe, will my inventory still be there? I'm sure it will be. I don't think they're going to get rid of inventory, but there'll be a lot of new rare items and such that'll be added to the game. The black market, the people on the groups, that's their big thing is they whine and cry. We do. I'm not saying they, but we do. We want rare, we want value. And that's what they're giving. They're going to get rid of the repetitive, mundane cars, and now these cars are going to be hard to earn, so now we want value. Well, we're going to get value. That's what happens, you know. You say you want to keep the value of cars up. Well, how do you do that? You either up the need for them, or you bring down the quantity out there, and that's what they're doing. They're making them rare, bringing the value up, which is what everybody on the black market has asked for, cried about, mentioned for years and years, and that's what they're giving us. So people saying, oh, this is da-da-da, this is that. Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted value. We wanted rare.
On the flip side of that, too, this is a game.
Absolutely.
I mean, I understand people are trying to make a buck off of the game, but, I mean, if the game shut down tomorrow, you're going to lose everything anyway.
Sure. It's a game. It's never
so
meant...
why cry about what you could make off the game?
Well, that's just it. I don't play the game to make money. I don't play the game to buy and sell. That's just a small little aspect of it. And if it goes completely bye-bye, what do I care? Because it never really benefited me much, you know. So I think the value of cars is something that should be very little. It should hold very little weight. It shouldn't be much to really consider when deciding how to develop the game from here on out. I just don't think it should be a big part of it. Like, I don't play the game. I never picked up a video game. I never picked up Super Mario Brothers and thought, hey, I'm going to play this game to make money. Or played Warcraft, or played Call of Duty, or played Need for Speed, or played, you know, Crash Bandicoot. I don't know. I never played any of these games for any other reason but for entertainment value, and that's all I look at. I don't look at it for value, resell, buy, sell. That's a secondary market that I don't even really consider. So, you know, you got to think of that as, a, you know, something to consider.
I'm fine with changes that they make, as long as they don't, without me saying the F-bomb, screw up turf.
Yeah.
Go to the F.
There we go. So I added Prophet of Doom. Let's see if he joins us. Give him a few seconds. Oh, I hear an echo. Some idiot talking about Racing Rivals live streaming or something.
Sounds like a dumbass.
True story. True story. We'll see if Prophet of Doom joins us. If not, we'll continue
Prophet
talking.
of Doom's right here.
Whoa!
There he is.
Nice to have you, Prophet. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Hey, good to meet you, man.
Hello, Doom.
This is crazy. Going from live stream chat to live stream. Good, man. Hey, listen, we see your comments all the time. You're here almost every single live stream. First of all, man, I'd like to say it's a pleasure to have you here. Awesome to have you listening to me. I'm humbled. Feels awesome. I know you have a lot to say, so let's get into it. Like you were talking about showroom.
It's a pleasure for me too for you letting me be here. My thoughts are just I'm one of the guys that's been around since forever in this game. I've been playing for over 4 years. Jeff Beazle is my boss. I run with the Forgotten.
Whoa, you call him his boss? You call him boss?
Yeah, he's my boss. Yeah, he's my mentor. He's the one that taught me all the tricks in this game.
He's a good guy.
Gorilla yells.
He's a good guy.
I just have a lot of I got a lot of bad feelings about this new update. Just because I've been around for a lot of major updates in this game. And I can remember one of the major ones that they did was taking all of our tunes away from us, and we had to come up with new tunes.
Yes.
And lately, myself personally, and I know other people on my team, the Forgotten, feel the same way, is the game is really boring right now.
Well,
everybody's complaining about boost. If you raise pink stick chicken, everybody's free racing. And from what I'm
grab them non-pinkable cars.
Yeah. Why even play?
So
from what I'm seeing that Carbonated wants to do now, especially with taking away the showroom, sounds to me like Turf is just going to be a free race fest now.
Well,
it's pretty much the way it is now.
It could go that way, but on the other hand, what they're trying to do is make it exciting. So when there is a Pinks race, there's a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot on the line now. It's not just a simple, I lose a Cobra, an SVT Cobra, I'm just going to buy another 20 to replace it. Now, you have to really think twice about what's going to go down. You know, is this in my best interest to pink? And when you do pink, it's going to have some excitement to it. So I do understand that, but like you say, you know, is this going to cause, you know, I play the game for pinks. Is it going to cause less pinks out there? Is it going to be a little bit more of a rare feat to find somebody who wants to pink when, you know, you can't replace that car. You can't get it back anymore. You can't go and buy them, you know. It could go either way.
I personally played the game for about a year and a half before I started pinking.
Yeah.
And there was a guy on our team at the time that I was on that told me, you got to start pinking. And he said, if you lose a car, I'll replace it. And thanks to him, that's how I got started in pinking, and now I'm addicted.
That's
pinking everything.
That's why I play the game. Yeah.
I think that's why most of us play the game. I mean, it's the adrenaline, it's the rush, it's oh, I'm going to crush that guy's car.
So okay, so let me ask you this: on you like pink? That's why I play. That's why it seems like you play. So now you have two options to weigh out. On one hand, if there's no pinks out there, it's going to get boring. And on the other hand, if there's too many pinks because you can just buy and replace cars without any consequences, doesn't that get boring as well? So there's got to be some sort of balance somewhere, you would think, right? Somewhere in the middle?
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Because, I mean, on any given weekend for turfing, like, say, last weekend, I built 20 of each car for the events, knowing that I was going to need them for pinks.
Yes.
I think I only played the game last weekend for maybe a total of 6 hours at 165K.
Not too shabby.
Once my cars are gone, they're gone. If the team needs me to come back in and push some more, I'll buy more cars and push. But now with them taking away the showroom, from what I saw in the live stream tonight, it seems like they're saying that there's going to be cars available in crates for us to earn. And if you can't buy them in bulk, there's going to be a lot of people that really aren't going to be wanting to raise pinks come Turf Wars every weekend.
Right, but we also have to consider we don't know how we're going to get these cars. Maybe they just say after 20 races in the lobbies, multiplayer lobbies, after 20 races, you earn one free crate. So maybe you go and you get this crate and it gives you a car. It's a special crate that gives out cars and you get a car. So for every 20 races, you get one free car. There's an idea. I mean, we don't have all the details.
But honestly, how many of us actually, guys that have been playing this game and ladies for a long period of time now, how many of us actually do anything other than turf in this game anymore? That's all I do. I turf.
Maybe that's their way of trying to get us to spread our wings and get into a little bit more than just turf. To get involved in the game a little bit more.
What they said, but they did mention, and they said they would talk about it at a later date, which was, I think, is supposed to be like maybe episode 7 or something like that. But they didn't go too much into it. No, it was 7, Craig. About that there was a possibility of having a turf every day.
Yeah,
you know,
multiple events.
And we're gonna get cars every day.
See that raceness shit I couldn't stand.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the
get a pinkable car.
Right. I didn't like that.
You get all the older guys that work all day. They ain't gonna turf every single day. That's why we liked it on the weekends.
Well, maybe they'll have smaller events.
I'm normally at work right now, but I took a personal day today.
You took a personal day just to listen to Pigpen Live, huh?
My off days are Fridays and Saturdays, so that's when I do the majority of my turfing. And, you know, know, if they're going to go to like an everyday turf event type of thing, I'd never be able to do that.
Right. Well, maybe.
Christmas thing like to beat me.
From what it
well, the only reason I got to do it is I was out on injury, so I got lucky enough to where I could actually compete in all the events during the Christmas season. So.
Well, so maybe what they're doing is maybe they're thinking about having your typical turf, Wednesday. What is it? Not Wednesday. Is it Thursday night through Sunday night?
Yeah, Wednesday was the old days.
And then
yeah, I remember the
I still to this day can't get over the fact that Wednesday night is not the start of turf. That's just me. But
yeah, it took a lot of getting used to.
But maybe they're going to have, because they can have multiple events going on now at the same time they were talking about. So you could have turf as usual. You could have showdown, which some people, I don't do showdown unless it's happens to be an event that I really like and I just want to happen to race and have multiple, people in the lobby that have that card I can race or whatever. But
the only time I run showdown is when I want to stock up on cars and I'll go in and I'll pick people and collect cars.
Yeah. So.
Which the majority of the time their tunes are bad and I got to change them all anyways. But
well, that's the other thing, yeah. I have so many cars that I have to change the tune. I can't, I don't have the time to go through each car to change the tune. It sucks.
Yeah, it's very, very time consuming.
But they were talking like...
It's gotten boring since the last update. Because now you don't have to, you're not on as much. You can bang out Min in a couple hours. Yep. You're done.
Hey, they're surreal.
Since the last update, the game is going down for excitement.
We had a guy last week on our team that did 160K in like an hour and a half. And I mean, our min is set at 50K, but we all keep racing just because we enjoy playing the game. But it's getting to the point of where it's so boring that we just want to, make sure we're claiming the car, and that's about it. None of us really push as hard as we used to.
No.
And there's really not a what?
That's a lie. Me and Doom had a battle and I let him take it. That was fun.
I'm racing you, Crystal and
See, you're doing just fine, Crystal. You didn't pull a Craig on us.
No, I love Doom. I go to him for everything anymore.
Speaking of which, is Craig still here?
You mean Bob, the Silent Bob?
Yeah.
He's gone.
There he is. There he is.
Fun in the chat room, I think, because I don't hear him.
This is fun.
Oh.
I type faster than I talk.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now trying to catch up on what Surreal's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Listen to you guys, trying to catch up on chat. So,
he said he loves you. I don't
did
know
you?
If he's talking to me.
I think he's talking.
He's talking to me. It's a deep love.
Oh, really? I guess. Is it legal over there where you live?
Nah, he's in Indiana. I'm in Wisconsin.
Right.
Cross-border love.
They make Surreal admin.
I already did. I'm already ahead of you. Gotcha. He's like, I can't believe I'm not a mod.
OG, so.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I got mad respect for that, man.
With gorilla hands. That dude has biggest hands. You know what they say about big hands?
Big gloves?
Big gloves.
You know how many times you told me that?
I don't think I say big gloves.
So,
no, it's usually about socks and feet.
Prophet.
I know you're full of.
Prophet, did you have a chance to watch the live stream?
Yeah, I watched it tonight. I didn't catch the beginning of it.
Yep. How far did it?
I think I logged in about 10 minutes late.
Yeah. So you probably what did you think of the show, or not the showroom, but the garage?
I don't like it.
You don't?
No. I mean, I I like the way that the garage is set up right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand it's. I have almost 2,000 cars in my garage, so it takes me a long time, and I understand that. Plus, if you tap on a car, it winds up going like 6 back, and then you have to re-scroll.
Sure, that's annoying. I know that.
That's the most annoying part for me. But I mean, like I said, I'm a turfer only. So what I do is I always go on eligible for turf, and all my cars are right there.
Okay.
I mean, the way that they showed the picture of it looked kind of cheesy to me.
Well, you gotta. I know we gotta consider it's not finished yet.
Oh, I understand that it's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even like them showing pictures of how the globe is going to be now, like the world map.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like they're spending too much time to make the game look, I don't know, more flashy.
That's what I said. They're looking to make it look better when they should be focused on the lag and the take away the GG users and the server issues.
The lag is terrible.
So they're sugarcoating everything.
Yeah, and every time, like every time I log into the game, it'll go to the main screen, and then it'll say slow connection for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it'll let me get into the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on iPhone 7 Plus with 128 gigs of memory, so I have absolutely no problem as far as memory in my phone or anything.
Sure.
But the lag is just terrible, and especially come Saturday nights. It seems like every Saturday night, if I get kicked out of the game and then I try to log back in, sometimes it takes me a half hour, 45 minutes to get back in, and it's like, why even try?
Well,
yeah, so
interesting.
Here's something else they can remove, because I saw it and it kind of it's been on there forever. We do not have global chat no more. We do not have it no more.
Oh, I hated
it. You go in the settings and it says global chat on or off. I mean, take that option off.
Yeah.
Take it out. It'll free up space.
Right.
And then what's up with the Racers Club going on turf? That's going to cause more lag during turf. But it's on the Racers Showdown. It's the stupidest thing ever.
All right.
It's terrible.
So let's recap here real quick.
It's just a scam fest anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let's recap here because, let's see, Matthew Roberts in live chat just joined us, and he says, hey, he didn't see the live stream. What's the big deal? Heard there's no showroom. So let's go through really quick, piece by piece, and kind of recap. We have, we'll start off. We have Nick with us. What's up, Nick? How you doing?
How's it going?
Pretty good. And Craig, who's a little bit quiet. How you doing, Craig? You still with us, or did you?
Yeah, like always.
There he is. New to the live stream is Crystal. Crystal, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hello.
There we go.
I'm new.
And also with us, special treat from the live chat to the live stream, Prophet of Doom. Prophet, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How's everybody doing tonight?
All right, so let's do a really quick recap. Basically, Carbonated said that they have two main goals. One of them being bring new players and old players, bridge that gap so new players can become old players without getting eaten alive and losing interest in the game right away. So they have a whole list of features, I guess, that they're going to add, they're going to change to the game to kind of make this possibility a reality, which is great because I've always said we need new players, new players, new players, new players all the time. Can't stress that enough. Crates will be changed. Crates will no longer be what they are now. They may be similar, they may not be, we don't know, but instead of buying one crate, getting one item, they demonstrated tonight that you can buy one crate and you will get 3 items. First item they showed us in the mock-up was a radioactive paint, which was a red and yellow paint, probably a multi-tone. When you look at it, one direction, it kind of changes. Liked it, really cool. It had an epic. It had a purple outline, meaning that it was a very, very rare paint. So you'll have rare and common items, and you'll know which are the difference between the two. Second item was a set of red headlights, which I would love to see in the game, but it had a blue outline around it, indicating that it could be a common item. I don't know what blue stands for, but it just means that the rarity is on the scale of high and low, and it kind of lets you gauge where it's at, so you can know if this is a valuable item or not. Third item was a Honda 2009 Honda. How do you pronounce it, guys? Is that a Mugen? I don't even know. Mugen. Say it again. Mugen.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to pronounce it.
I'm not even gonna try.
It was a Honda. Basically it's an NSX RR. This was an R-Class car, and basically the big point they told us that I picked up on was no more blueprints. Blueprints are going to be a thing of the past. I was told in the live stream, they told us that you can't race a blueprint, but you can race a car, and that's what you're going to get in the crates, which is awesome because I'll tell you, there's nothing worse. I hated getting blueprints. Just give me a car or give me an item. Don't give me a blueprint where I need 5 of them. That's ridiculous. Give me a car or give me an item I can put on a car. So I like that.
I agree.
Now, the big thing is, Matthew, they did mention the showroom is going to be a thing of the past. No more showroom. Like, whoa, what's going on? No showroom? How's that going to work? I don't know exactly. I don't think any of us know exactly. They may not know exactly. This is probably still in the works of being programmed and everything figured out, but they will be getting rid of the showroom. They did say there will be a whole new variety of ways to I guess you could buy it through crates. Earn cars. That was the wording. There's a whole variety of ways to earn cars, which is interesting. It brings up a whole set of questions and a whole nother set of questions. How will this affect the game? How will it affect the average player? How will it affect the guy with the deep pockets that's been playing forever and doesn't mind dropping $200-300 a week on the game? So a lot of questions. These are all going to be answered in time. We'll figure them out. We'll talk about them, see how they affect me, how they affect you, how they affect the game, all that good stuff. So that's that. No showroom. They brought in and showed us one of the new features called a Cardex. What the hell's a Cardex? I don't know exactly. Kind of like a Rolodex, but for cars. It's a whole directory of cars, how to get them, where they came from, their stats, their drive options, their percentage, how rare, what percentage of the Racing Rivals population owns this car, 2%, or is it 90%? Is this a common car at 90 or at 2%? Is this a super rare car that has a lot of value? This is where you'll find that information. So taking a little bit of our dependence from the black market away and bringing it into the game. What else? X-Class, to be determined. Basically meaning they don't know the future of it. It could be gone altogether. It may be still there, incorporated into other classes. Who knows? But as it is, we've talked about it. X-Class is one of those is the only class. It really doesn't quite make sense. It's not quite an S-Class, not quite an R-Class, R2, R1, whatever the case is. It doesn't quite fit in. It's just an odd place. And, well, they're going to determine.
Just reclass those cars.
I think that's probably
get away with that, like they did with the original Cobra Jets.
Yes.
A few years ago. Remember how they changed that? That's what they should just wind up doing with the S classes. Just get rid of the X class and make them either S or R.
Right.
I mean, I don't see them being R2 or R3 because they're slow cars.
Nope.
So maybe integrate them into like the S or the R class so they are a little bit competitive in those.
I have to agree with you there, Prophet. I have to agree with you. I think incorporating these cars, you can't just get rid of them because, well, I spent money on these cars. Some of them were turf cars, so you just can't get rid of them. So you have to do something. If you're going to make a change, you have to kind of probably the most logical and easiest solution, I think, would just to split them up, incorporate them into S-Class, R-Class, and maybe some of them into R2. I think that's probably the best solution for that. But like you said, you know, Daniel mentioned the cost of some of these cars is much higher than an R-Class, but the performance is much lower. So, you know, it doesn't really... Yeah?
It takes a lot of RRC to build one of those X-Class.
Yes.
I mean, if you want a max one, you're talking big dollars.
Uh-huh.
And with everything that's going on with Mills right now, I mean, I'm seeing them for over $1 a piece, access to those.
Is that what the going rate for Mills is? Is it? I've read it multiple times. Is it about $1 a mil? Is that what it is now?
Yeah, I've been like this week. I've been seeing them for $1, and it seems like ever since Carbonate, it's been doing these live feeds about the new update. That the mills, the prices have gone up because I know they were down to like 35 cents a mil.
Sure.
For a while there.
It's like.
And now, if you go on the pages, and it seems like everybody wants 75 cents to $1 for them.
Well,
you know,
it's like
a lot of guys that aren't. A lot of guys don't have deep pockets to pay $1 a piece, but I can remember back when what were they, like $10 a mil?
I remember when they were $20.
4 years ago.
Well,
yeah, they got up to $10 a mil at one point.
When I first started playing, before the money glitch and all that, they were $100 a mil. That was the only way to get them, you know. And then there was the money glitch, and then price they dropped down. I remember they were $20 a mil. And then from there, it was just a slow and steady drop. They wiped out people's accounts for a while there and brought it back to everybody only had 20 mil. And
yeah, I remember that.
Subject.
Yes, it is a source.
I remember that.
Money, you know, the price jumped up at that point, but that was the only time I think in the history that it spiked up. And then other than that, it's been going down, down, down. And like lately it's been 30 cents. Now all of a sudden there's a trend that it's going up to $1. I don't see it lasting very long. That's just, I think a lot of people are realizing that the showroom, there's going to be a bunch of changes, and they have all this money, and that's a huge source of income for some people. And they're going to realize that the game's changing, and buying mills may be a thing of the past. So what do you do with your stockpile now? Make it seem like it's scarce. Raise the price and drop the amount that you're selling. Try to sell as much as you can right now. Get as much money as possible, because in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, game might be over for that aspect of the black market.
Yeah, but
they said they were trying to bridge the gap between the old and new players. Guess what? The new players don't know about the black market mills, and I can remember when I was a noob spending that $100 for one mill. So.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I didn't.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I didn't find out about the black market until probably 8-9 months of playing the game. That's all.
I think I learned.
Finally, after getting the.
Yeah, Craig taught me.
So, I don't know. I started playing from the very beginning, and I just assumed, like, I just jumped on Facebook and Racing Rivals, and hey, here's a group for Racing Rivals. What's this all about? And joined that one, and then found another, joined that, and they talked about another one, and just kept branching out and joining all these. So I kind of was there from the beginning. But it's kind of hard for me to understand how a new player joins and doesn't think, hey, I bet you there's something on Facebook. There's a group for everything on Facebook. If you're into 19th century dolls, there's a group out there. So why wouldn't there be one for Racing Rivals, you know? So, I don't know. I just think...
I just think that them trying to bridge the gap with new players and old hat players, it's harder to know what they think.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be difficult.
Oh, definitely.
Because now with this new system they're doing, it's going to even be harder for a new player to compete with the older players.
Sure. But I think...
I think the black market's going to rise.
We got all the knowledge in the game, and the new people...
That's why the black market's going to rise. The new people are going to want those cars.
But the thing of it is like, what we need to do as older players is when we see new players coming to the game, take them under our wing. You know what I mean? Teach them the ropes, because there's people that taught us, or at least taught me, to be the player I am today.
To be honest,
I think that's kind of what you need.
A lot of old players used to do that, but everyone in the game got so greedy for these new cars.
Exactly.
Every week they seem to be throwing in new cars. Everyone wants all these cars, and no one's taking care of the new players.
Right. Well, that's the thing, too, is, back in the day, there were, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some ruthless people back in the day would just go and find somebody who just started the game, join them in a lobby, lobby jump, and clean them out. Take their car, take all their money, and they would either have to start a whole new account or they were done. And they didn't give a crap. They were like, hey, I want that car. I want that money. They don't care.
I had that happen to me about 2 weeks into playing the game.
Uh-huh.
A lobby jumper came in and scammed me out of a car, promised he was going to give me a Cobra Jet, a New York Cobra Jet.
Yep.
Which I had started playing the game 2 weeks after that turf.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started the New York Jet. And this guy was gonna give me a New York Jet, and he wound up taking like 5 cars, unfriended me, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, what the hell just happened?
Yep.
That was the one thing about, everyone didn't like the 50-man roster, but that was one good thing about the 50-man roster. You could have we used to get 10 new guys, and they'd grow with your team. You take them under your wing, you teach them everything, you win their first car, and they want to stay with you.
Well, that's a dying breed there. Very rare do you find people like that anymore, Nick, who, that's what I started doing with my videos. I like to take the new player, teach them how to race these cars so they could gauge and go, oh, this car can go up against that car and win. Or I'm not even going to mess with that car.
Back then, also, no one wanted to share too.
Nobody did.
The first guy to do
no,
that.
Nobody. And the only information people would share would be incorrect information. Would just be, the false information. What do they call it? Fake news. Basically, that's the only thing.
The only way you could get the good killer tunes back in the day was to actually pink someone and take their car, and then you'd have their tune.
Yeah, that was it. So
I mean, guys were not sure. I mean, we have a team chat ourselves. I'm sure every team does.
I think that's pretty common.
We share tunes.
Yep.
We got guys that build cars. I'm not a builder. I'm a driver. I don't know how to tune these cars.
Nope.
I'm the one asking for tunes all the time, but I can drive the hell out of them if
Sure.
I got the good tunes.
Yep.
Yeah, but now you don't even need a tune anymore. It's just max them.
Yeah, it's max everything. So
no, I disagree. You should only have to max maybe a few S-Class cars and R and up. Everything else below that should be a tuned car.
Well, when they first started playing the game, everyone maxed it. Max your car and pink it. And then they went into tuning cars. And then that's when it got a little more fun, because then everyone was searching for tunes. But this last, since the points was in this last update, now everyone just maxes cars and goes for big points, and that's where it gets boring.
Yeah, that's the way that everybody is making their min and making their ridiculous points. I mean, a month ago, I scored 450,000 points, and I was like, holy crap, that's the most I've ever done. I raced a total of 9 hours that weekend. 9 hours, did 450K.
That's pretty good.
But I was in max lobby the whole time, and it's just, it gets boring. It's so repetitive after a while. So, I mean, even if I'm thinking once they do the update, let's you know, I'd like it to actually get back to the old point system. Because right now it's just so ridiculous. And I mean, getting 4,000 points in a max 300 ZX right now, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, come on, really? I mean, I did 300,000 points with that car alone a couple weeks ago.
Which car was that?
I mean, the 300 ZX VSAT.
Yep.
I mean, it's
the points are crazy. But it seems like they're trying to get rid of all the farmers and all the builders. They want them out of the game.
Well, you got to think of it. That's a lot of money floating around that's not going to the developers. So, kind of see it their way. It's how we. How's the game going to survive?
But are people actually going to be? Are people going to be interested in playing the game still? When, okay, say you got $50 million in your account right now, or even $100 million. How many weeks is that going to last? Because you're running mill races when you're in turf. You're using your money to actually tune the cars. You know, 20, 30 mil a week to tune cars.
Right.
How long is that going to last, and how long are you going to be able to continue playing?
Well, I know that's. But that's what they want. That's what they want to bring it. They want it to be to that point. They want it to mean something. They want, when you raise a mill, it's not a mundane, routine thing you do. It's an event that you get sweaty for. Your palms get sweaty. Your hands are shaky. They want it back to that part of the, that aspect of the game. That's what attracted me.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No, because it's so routine.
The only way you're going to bridge a gap with new players and old players is drive out all the old players.
Well,
a lot of the old players are already quitting.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are gone.
Yeah.
A lot.
So
I still got a lot of them in my friends list in the game.
Sure.
They haven't been on it like 2 years.
Yeah. I just know a handful of people now that play, and everybody else is, not new, but, there are a lot of newer players, and a lot of the old players that I knew have gone. And I guess that's just a natural thing that happens with whether it's a game or anything really, you only has attention span of an X amount of time before you move on. But, as long as you're replenishing the old players that leave with new players. So as long as you can do that, it can sustain.
A bunch of options a game could make money without really messing with the game. Like we were talking last week, you put upgrades into your garage. You can do numerous things of them to make money, and they still make money. But now what are you doing? You're going to try and make money, but you're going to lose a bunch of money because all the old racers and a lot of your top 25 teams are all spending money every week. Now you're going to cut that down in half.
Well, like you guys have been talking the last few weeks, if they would implement something into the game where you can even buy the cars already tuned.
Right.
You're going to pay more. You're going to pay more RRC for the car, but then it doesn't take up your time to actually have to sit and build cars.
Right, and that's my biggest.
If they would have that, I don't have the time to tune it.
No, that's my biggest issue with the game. I barely have time to go through and repair all the cars that I've won. I have accounts that I can't even race with because all the cars have engine damage, and it takes 45 minutes to go through and just hit that repair button for each, let alone go through the tune and say, nope, I need to change this one, I need to change that one. It's all these mundane actions, these repetitive, redundant actions that take up so much time where I'm not racing, I'm not having fun. It's routine crap. I wish we could just cut that out of the game.
Yes,
well, while they're doing the filter system, can we suggest they do, can they add it in there where you can actually put a car in a filter? I would love to have an untuned or a tuned car or a max filter, that would be awesome. You're not every other car.
Yeah, it would.
So, I think
that's what I suggested.
I think you could do that.
Can we do
what voice is that? Is that Craig?
It's your daddy, bitch.
No, but I think you can do that. I think you can choose, like, say you want to, say I'm looking for maxed BMW. So I hit BMW. Now, the 128i is going to be there, the M5, the M3 GT2, the Z4. All these cars are going to be there. But then I think as a secondary filter, I could put in 1650 rating. Now it's going to show all the cars that are BMW 1650 rating. Or I could put in 1681 or 1682 rating, and all those cars will show up, but only BMWs. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and the price of the car would change depending on the tune that you buy.
Oh, you're talking about actually buying tunes.
No, I'm saying the car itself, when you would buy it from the showroom, have an option to where it's already lobby tuned, and then, you know, say like the cars you just mentioned, the BMWs. Okay?
Right.
Maybe you want it in 63 lobby or 68, or you want it max.
Right.
But then out of those three, you have a different price tag on actually purchasing the car.
Right, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. If I buy a BMW and I wanted a 1652 and I buy it, boom, 1680. Edward, catch you later, man. Thanks for being here.
Everybody would have the same tune.
Well, that's the thing. The thing is, you buy the car and it's 1652, but it's a 1652. But there's about a million different ways to tune a car to hit 1650. So when you buy it and it has a max transmission with no NOS, is that what you want, or do you want it with NOS, you want stock transmission? There's so many different ways to do it. So how do you determine how that car hits 1650?
Well, now you can't. If you don't have NOS on it, you get less points. So you're going to want everything on it.
Right, but say okay, we want NOS on there, we want stock transmission, but now do you have the crankshaft, or do you have the displacement, or do you have the the rods? What do you have maxed out? You know, how do you determine what parts are maxed to hit that 1650 rating? Because what's good for me isn't good for you, and what's good for you isn't good for somebody else.
Yes, because a lot of people don't like NOS, and I love NOS.
I love it.
I love hitting that NOS.
Yeah.
When it works.
Well,
that's a different story.
Don't hit it, because I'm guilty of that myself.
The NOS button is like the G spot. It's hard to find.
It's a myth.
So you ain't never hit it yet, have you, Craig?
Why do you think I lose so many cars?
Oh, man.
Joe says he doesn't have time to go through all the cars he's won. Well, that's what happens when you're a baller, okay? That's what happens.
Well,
I don't want to change it.
That's because he keeps everything. He doesn't crush them.
I rarely crush a car, to be honest. I mean,
I know. I watched your live streams when you're actually turfing. And
what am I gonna do? Yeah,
here and there, but
if it's I'll tell you, if it's like they say the C class, the Honda Civic SIs, the Subi Coupes, you name it, all these lower, I don't mind showroom cars. I don't mind crushing them because they're replaceable, and it's just they're a dime a dozen. I don't care about them. I'll crush them. I'll get rid of them. But some of the R-Class cars, R2s, even some S-Class cars, man, if I win them, I don't crush them. Yeah, I miss out.
I don't think so either.
I miss out on 500 points. So what? That's another race. One more race to do. For every car I don't crush, I do an extra race. No big deal, And that may be an extra car I win, That's the way I look at it. I don't like crushing the cars because that's just money that somebody has spent. And I don't care about the money they've spent. I got their car. If I crush it and I want that car later, guess what? I have to spend money for that car. I could crush cars all day long, and then next week there's an event. I could crush a Toyota, the MR2s. Next week, guess what? It's a Toyota event. What do I want? MR2s. Now I don't have any. Damn, sucks to be me. So I just don't crush.
Most of the time, I just keep the gem cars.
Yeah.
If it's a gem car in the garage, in the showroom,
yeah,
those are the ones that I have a hard time crushing.
Yeah.
And I usually keep those.
So here's an idea.
I'm to the point of where I don't spend the money that I used to on this game for like buying gems and stuff like that throughout the week. I mean, it's just so when it comes to a Pinks and a gem car, I'm keeping them. You know, I'll fix the tune on them and then I'll go back out and I'll pink them.
Yeah.
If I lose them that way, then oh well. I mean, the good example is the Honda Teggies in 50 lobby.
Mm-hmm.
About 3 weeks ago, I had 4 of them in my garage. I probably got about 50 of them now. You know, and it's a low gem. It's only 100 and some gems to buy that car.
Yep.
But it's the point of why crush them? You know, it's a gem car. They're more expensive.
So, Promoting RR in the live chat commented, are they really taking out the showroom? Yes, according to the live stream from Carbonated on their Twitch channel, it was hours earlier. Not too many.
So your builders are going to be gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're removing the showroom.
Off topic here, but this Rolodex thing.
Yes.
Ain't that a bunch of useless information anyway?
Yes.
To me, it is.
I don't give a shit what's rare, what ain't rare. If you're pinking it and I want it, I want to pink it.
Wow. Let's not sugarcoat it.
It's got a blue fucking orb around it, or a blue orb. I don't care about that.
So.
You get STDs, by the way.
Did I swear again?
I think that's their way of trying to control the market. They're still always going to have that black market. They're going to try to control it just a little bit more.
Yeah, there's always got to be a black market. You're right.
Well, it's gonna be
Why can't it be a white market?
I don't know, because it's shady shit. I don't know.
Oh boy, you guys are making me sweat. So yeah, no more showroom. Crates.
Whatever you want to call it.
Only old people call it a Rolodex.
I
Rolodex.
can tell you what's going to happen. The new update's going to come out. We're all going to.
I ain't never going to look at that Rolodex.
But we're still going to play.
Context.
So.
Oh yeah, we're still going to play. Yeah, because we already got 5 years vested in this crap.
So here's the deal, guys. We're going on an hour and 45 minutes live streaming, which is freaking amazing, and we still have about 50 people listening, which is awesome. So I'm going to go through one more time for all the new viewers right now, just maybe joined in the last few minutes. I'm going to do a quick introduction. Everybody who's with me, all these voices that you're hearing, you may not know who they are. Let me introduce. First of all, with us is, as always, Nick. Nick, you here? Why don't you say hello?
How you doing, everybody?
You guys know Nick. You also know Craig. Craig's here somewhere. What's up, Craig?
Bob's here.
There he is. So there's the two familiar voices that you guys know. Who you don't know or who you may not know yet.
Craig is kind of familiar voice.
Kind of familiar, 50-50. So with us, new voice, new opinions, which is really good for keeping it up to date. We have Crystal. Crystal, why don't you say hello?
Hello. Hello. And Craig reminds me of Ben Stein with that monotone.
Oh my gosh. What was that show? Win Ben Stein's Money. Win Ben Stein's Money. The Visine guy. That's right.
Yes.
So there's that. And with us, kind of an impromptu type of guest, Prophet of Doom. Prophet, what's going on? Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, everybody?
So there you have it, guys. And we're doing a kind of a recap of the Carbonated Twitch feed from earlier. They've been hinting each week, giving us some new information about 7.0, which is probably going to drop in the near... I'd say 2 months, within 2 months, I'm guessing. I don't know.
It looks like 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks is my guess, correct.
So load up on your showroom cars.
So my buddy says, Ben Stein is awesome. So you're doing pretty good there, Craig. That's my buddy Stu. Oh, great. So.
It sounds like that was my impression of business talk.
Dude, that was great. That was a great. Are you right? Yeah. So for those of you just joining, that's the crew with us tonight. Talking all kinds of stuff here. We're trailing on about this and that, but we're going to try to stick to the important topics. No showroom, which is probably the biggest bomb they dropped on us so far. It's the one that I think most people have the hardest concept to grasp, and I'm having a difficult time myself. Like, no showroom. Like, what are we going to do with no showroom? Like, it's going to be the biggest. From the information we have so far, I think that is like the biggest bomb, the most difficult pill to swallow right now. That's going to really change the game dramatically, I think. So we don't know when the new update's coming out. We're assuming anywhere from 6 to 8 to maybe even 10 weeks from now. There's 7 or 8 more weekly episodes that Carbonated's gonna live stream. Drop bombs. What's next week's topic, guys? What did you catch? What was next week's? I haven't.
Yeah, it's the collectibles and collections.
Oh, collectibles and collections. What's that? What's that, Nick?
I said more flowered cars.
Flowered cars.
It probably means that our inventories are going to be gone now too, with all our paints and wheels and everything.
I have a hard time believing that. There's a lot of wheels that people spent a lot of money, and if our inventories were to disappear, oh man, that would not be good. I will definitely say.
It wouldn't, but it wouldn't surprise me. Basically, use what you got and see what happens.
That sucks because
we got guys on our team right now that have hundreds of unopened crates, and they're talking about popping them all right now. I told them to hold off for a couple of weeks.
I would hold off until the last minute, but until we hear confirmation. But if what I'm hearing is correct, the crates are going to be switched up. They might not be gold, silver. Well, there's definitely not silver, but there might not be gold. There might not be bronze. Those tokens, I don't know. I don't want to tell people to freak out and buy them, but I definitely don't want people to, lose them. It's basically, it might come down to a use it or lose it scenario, and I don't want people to lose it, but then again, it's still early, and I don't want people to, blow their load and...
That's a nice way to put it.
That's way too late for Craig.
You guys are always picking on Craig. Craig is a buddy of mine. Me and him go way back.
Craig's sensitive.
Yeah. He's sensitive.
Back in the old hook racing days, me and Craig.
So.
Yeah, speaking of that, Dave Barron was in there. Melissa's husband.
Dave, Dan, which one? Who?
Melissa, yeah.
What's up, Tragic?
Well, actually,
thanks for joining.
That team was created by SR DeCruzo. If you guys remember that IGN.
Which IGN?
It was SR DeCruzo. And he's the one that created Hook Racing back in the day.
Oh.
And he PM'd me out of the blue, and it was just me and him at the very start. And we had a lot of fun on that team for quite a while. And then I had my good buddy Surreal begging me every week to come race with him on Banana Speed. And
sorry,
I wound up finally giving in and ran with Banana Speed for 2 weeks. And that team kind of went another way. And we created the Forgotten. And it's all old school guys on the Forgotten. I mean, we used to all be on the same server, and it's a great team.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt, but okay. So we were talking about don't blow your load. We were talking about don't blow your load with the crates. So my buddy Stu, did you guys see that in chat? He says don't prematurely ejaculate.
That's epic.
I'm sorry. I had to point that out. I'm trying to keep a straight face. I'm reading the live chat here, trying to keep the conversation going with you guys. I read that, and I'm just like, oh, crap, man. That's a good comment. So don't prematurely ejaculate.
That should be his in-game name.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah.
There's your new IGN crystal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those are the new surprise crates that are coming out.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Crazy.
When everyone used to bitch about guys being on the same server, and then once they changed up the servers,
oh yeah,
everyone started bitching, saying, "I wish we had our old server back."
Yes, because nobody knew who Pink and if they were
We didn't know who anybody was.
Yep.
I want my buddies back.
Ray says Pigpen.
The way it is now,
excuse me.
we actually, there's a lot of us that get on the same servers as the old days.
I mean, old servers, man.
Me and Surreal have been on the same server since I've been playing this game. Even when they changed it up and everything, me and him always stayed on the same server. And now it seems like there's other guys around that used to be on our servers that are there again. I mean, up until recently, I never knew who the hell Lex Drama was.
You know what's weird is I still to this day.
And I love crushing his cars.
Yeah, to this day I jump into a turf lobby and I'm racing turf, and I don't see any of these teams, these top teams. Like rarely do I see a drama. Well, they don't really, like weeks and like months and years ago. I didn't see like Drama Kings. I didn't see that. I never saw these people in the turf lobbies. I was like, where the hell? They're number one. They have millions of points, but yet I never see them racing. How is this even possible? And they had so many servers.
In the 45 lobby.
Probably. There's some good.
Shouldn't exist because that 1640 turf was awful.
Now that was boring.
We got Tech in the house. Tech is here with us. What's up, Tech? Man, oh man. We're going on 2 hours. We still have 45 people watching. This is crazy. So I got to say something. This has been a really awesome live stream. I don't want it to end. I could live stream all night long because I'm off work for the next few days. But
yeah, same here.
Here's a good idea. Here, you guys want to come back because I know a lot of people and a lot of newer players. They think there's some secret to turfing, and there's really not. But there's definitely some key points and some knowledge that you need to know when choosing what car, what lobby, and all that to turf for. So I'd like to get a couple of us together. I know Nick, you're obviously you run a team. You know the people who know, like, if it's what event, Nissan, which car to race, you know. So I'd like to get a live stream together where we give the new players ideas of what cars you could run to make points. Very easy.
And that's a good idea because that's how our team is. When it's a certain event, like a Nissan event,
yep.
Almost
everyone relies on Mario.
Mario.
Everyone relies on Mario.
Yeah, but you know, and the thing of it is, I mean, it might be funny, but a lot of the posts that he puts up every week of the cars to use, those are the ones we're using. You know, like the Nissan event, you're going to go with the 300 CX Max. Everybody's running that car.
Yep.
You know, C-Class, you're running that same car.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the Max lobby, unless you come across the Ghost Shifter, you're crushing Subi Coupes all day long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got Mario at your new gapper because if it wasn't for his post in Drama House telling you what cars to use for food, a lot of people wouldn't know what to tune for.
No, nope. Especially
a lot of the newer guys don't.
Right, and that's why I think
most of your guys, your top 25, know what cars to run.
And that's why I think we should do a live stream. We should get together some of these
which makes
events.
Me laugh almost every week. You got a guy that could, you know, the Cobra Jet, they run 7.8. Now, if you're running them, everyone knows who runs a Cobra Jet's good. You know they're going to hit a 7.8. So when they come at you and pink you in a GTS, you know he's going to run a 7.8 and the GTS ain't going to hit it.
Not even close.
Yeah. So then when he chicken out, they'll why he's chicken. Well, moron, you're running 7.8.
Right. I don't even listen to people when they say that. It's just being smart and knowing. You know, there's a time and a place for taking a chance. I love taking a chance. I love racing a slower car and taking it up against a faster car, knowing 9 out of 10 times I'm going to lose it. But if I win, I get a really sweet car. So there is a time and a place for that. But
I got a real good example of that right there, what you just said. This past weekend, I was in a 1650 GTI, and I picked one of those 2017 Honda Civics.
Yep.
Kept the car. Wound up being it was a Ghost Shift tune. I sent the car over to a friend of mine who is a very good ghoster, and that car runs low 9.5s. So, I mean, I take the chance, too. I go after the faster cars because you never know.
Yeah, I love it.
I do, too, but I don't, if I'm in a faster car, I don't try and pink them.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. There's a time and a place for everything. There's smart racing, and then there's taking a chance.
Think you're dumb like they are.
But yeah, if I'm in a GTS, if I'm in a Viper, and you say, you know, I come up against somebody in a Cobra Jet, and I challenge them, and they raise pinks, you know, the smart part of me says, no, you know what? And if they say something in chat, I don't even read the chat, to be honest. I don't even care. If somebody's, oh, well, you didn't race, you chicken, it's just smart racing. You know what? And they're going to try anything they can to either A, make themselves look like a internet badass, or to try to play mind games with you to get you to race them for pinks so they can take your car. That's all they care about. So I don't even listen to the chat. I don't care.
I take my chances in the Viper, though. I will pink a ZR1, even though the ZR1's there.
Right.
I will pink.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is there's a lot of times that you take out your Viper in 68 lobby and go after the ZR1. Chances are you're going to win that ZR1. I've won a few of them that way.
Sure. So
sometimes you're going to get smoked if a guy's good tune.
Yeah, but I think
that's where your tunes come in.
That would be great. Surreal. I would love to do it where, like, each week I could do a quick live stream. Like, Sunday night, we find out the events for next week. So Monday, I could jump on a live stream every Monday, really quick, even if it's just for a few minutes, read off the 3 events, whether it's S-Class or whatever events they have, and go through and say, okay, for S-Class, you could use this car, this car, this car in max lobbies, or this car, this car, this car in lower lobbies. These are your options. And then the next one might be, you know, front wheel drive. And I hate front wheel drive events, but you could use like the Honda Civic Type R. I believe that's front wheel drive, or the...
Yeah, I used to love that car, man, but I haven't raced that in over a year, that car.
Yeah. So,
it's a blast now. You got to get back into it.
So
I love that car.
If Surreal could help me out with this, that'd be awesome. Every Monday I could go on and say, hey, for these events, you could use this car, this car, this car. For this next event, this car, this car, this car. These are the pros, the cons, the lobby, the cost, all that good stuff. And just kind of give new players a place to come to get an idea of what they could expect for this upcoming turf, what they could race and use, and what lobbies to be in for points. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
So,
I couldn't take place in that, though, because I work.
Sure. No, but I mean, Surreal.
Jeff's he's always
like a ghost shifter.
Yeah. So me and Surreal could live stream every Monday, or I could live stream, and Surreal could just get the, if you can't be there, be like, this is the Surreal's list of turf cars for this week, and break them down. Something of that nature. Dirty Hammer, he's still here.
The newer guys.
Sure. And what you're going to do when, the new update comes out and you can't buy cars from the showroom, you know. I don't know if that means we should be stocking up on certain cars right now. I don't know, man.
Buy 1,000 SVTs.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, you know I'm going to be buying a shitload of SVTs and Vipers in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
you know the mill price is going to go up because everybody's going to be freaking out buying cars, spending money. They need more mills, and guess what happens? Supply and demand. Mill price is going to rise.
Yeah, I'm selling mine $99.50 cheaper for the game.
I'm selling mine 5 cents cheaper than Craig. There you go. Sir Reels. There you go. Sir Reels Weekly Wheels. I like the sound of that. Sir Reels Weekly Wheels. Keeping it real with Sir Real.
Ooh, I like that one. That's catchy.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
He also called you stoned, Crystal. Was he still your best friend?
Yeah, I'd scroll up in the chat. He said you were stoned.
Yeah, he did.
Somebody else said you were not high on just life.
Yeah, who was that? You? That's something you said. You said that to me more times.
Tough shakedown ace in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Being a little quiet.
It was me. Oops.
Yeah. So.
I hate to get off topic here, but
whoa, that's what we do best.
I need to ask you a question, Joe. How are your balls feeling?
How what?
How's your balls feeling after your surgery? I
Holy.
see your other live feed last week, right after your surgery.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Like
still.
you're in quite a bit of pain.
I'm still in pain. Like I'm sitting here and like I don't know if you guys can see, but like I keep moving like this. It hurts my whole abdomen. My whole abdomen area sitting here. They opened me up. It's just sore, really, really sore right now. And I'll tell you, if you've ever had a hernia, when you have surgery for it, or been to jail, there's things they don't tell you that they don't prepare you for after the surgery. And I'm telling you, one of them is I look down there, everything, and I mean everything. You ever hear the AC/DC song "I've Got Big Balls"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, freaky. It freaks you out. Not only that, but everything is black and blue. And I'm not talking like a nice black and blue, like, oh, look, I have a black eye, black and blue. No, I'm talking like midnight sky with blood. Like, it's just bad. It's
Showing the neighbors, look at these balls, they're all black and blue.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's horrible.
I wish you a speedy recovery on that.
Thank you. It's tough. Like, I'm still, yeah, it's bad. So, I've been holding off. I haven't taken any of the medication.
By the way, the Patriots are going down on Sunday.
Oh, come on. Hold on. I gotta, hey.
By the way, I said it early in the season that they had a good year.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
You know what? I gotta say one thing though. One thing here. The Philadelphia Eagles and the post office have something in common. Neither will deliver on Sunday.
I do believe, though, if Carson Wentz was a quarterback, the Patriots be in trouble.
I don't know, man. Nick Foles looked fine. He looked hot the other night. He looked on fire against, was it Jacksonville? No, Minnesota. And especially since Minnesota supposedly has the best defense in the league. Dude, he looked good. Don't count him out, but I'm just saying that he looked good. That was a good matchup. Stewart says,
sorry, I'm a Packers fan over here.
my condolences.
Living in Wisconsin, I got to be the green and gold.
Oh, Wisconsin, eh? Oh.
Yeah.
What Wisconsin are you from?
I'm in Milwaukee.
Oh, that's where they make all the beer, huh?
Yes.
That's beer country, not cheese country.
Right down the street from me.
Say what?
Coors.
Yeah?
It's not even a half a mile away from me.
I'm coming to visit next week. I'll be there.
Make room in your bed.
I'll stock up on cheese.
Next to spoon. With his big balls.
Yeah. So let's go around the table real quick. I've asked Nick and Craig this multiple times, so I'm going to ask Crystal, and then I'll ask you, Prophet. But Crystal, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if there was one thing, not to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. If there's one thing you could make sure, if it was up to you, if there was one thing that happened in this new 7.0 update, what would it be? What is your number one hit list item?
My number one hit list item?
Yes. And it could be features, performance.
Earlier, I want them to be able to separate my tuned cars from my untuned cars.
That's your number one item, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that would be it. Because they're already doing what I asked about the showroom. Everybody's been screaming about a new way to get into your cars, to filter out your cars.
Uh-huh.
And now that they're doing it by those different filters, make it just a few more filters so I can separate them. So when I'm done tuning the car, I can just ship it off to that filter.
Okay.
And I don't have to go through a certain amount of cars. Oh, that one's already done. Skip that one. Oops. You know?
Uh-huh. All right.
It'd make it easier for turfers. But as the number one thing for like a noob coming in, because like I said, I'm basically there again.
Yeah.
Is well, you can go to the showroom and buy in bulk. I want to be, if I've got to earn my cars, I want to be able to earn them in bulk. Is that going to be an option? I would like to see that.
Okay. All right. Valid.
See, now I heard in their live stream that it's possible, because they're talking about earning the new cars, like in crates, and when you pop a crate, you could get 5 or 10 cars right away.
Yeah.
Is what I heard Daniel say tonight. So if that would happen, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, it could be very, there's like all sorts of new things, new aspects, new things they're bringing to the table that could be very interesting if it works out that way, and that could be one of them. So, Prophet, if you had one item, it was up to you, what would your be? What's your number one hit list item? What would you add to 7.0?
I think mine would be is just the ability to be able to tune our cars faster.
Okay.
The waiting period on some of these cars is just, it's ridiculous. I mean, I know that some of the cars, like even to just install the turbo and the NOS on a car, takes like 16 hours. Some of them are even a day long. If they could get around a way to make it so we don't have to wait so long for the parts to actually be installed.
Okay.
I think that would be a great factor in the game, because it's the waiting period of having to wait so long to get your cars tuned to go play the game.
Okay.
You know, if you're not playing the game, you're tuning.
Right.
And the tuning just takes so much time to tune our cars.
And it's ultimately so boring, and I don't want to associate the game with boring, repetitive tasks. If they could eliminate those, I'd have more fun playing. Like, that's why I play the game, to have fun and not boring, mundane, repetitive tasks.
You know why it takes so long? Because that fucking car in your garage has been sitting there forever, and there's never a mechanic in the damn garage.
Oh, man.
That car's been sitting there from day one and still got the same tarp on it.
Yeah, it does.
You know, I got a lot of dusty cars in my garage.
So, for me, my number one hit list item, and here it is not a feature, it's not a car, it's not, I'm at the realization and the understanding that we're not going to have a way to transfer tunes. We may or may not, I don't know, it's probably not big on their list, a repair all button. Those would be my hit list items. So those aren't happening or may not happen anytime soon. So realistically, I have to go to one thing and one thing only, and no, even better than the music.
I'd love to have the music back.
I would too. I think the biggest thing, the most important thing, is an update that is 100% complete and working well. not something that's half-assed. I can't tell you over the years, and it's not been just it's not been carbonated, it's not been just CIE or glue. It's been the whole game up to this point. Like update 4.0, 5.0, 6.0 was notoriously horrendous. It was just incomplete. It was half-assed and rushed. They had a deadline they needed it out by, and whether they had a good update or not, they released it. Don't do that. I would rather wait another 2 months, 3 months until we have a polished, perfectly working, and I know it's not going to be perfect, but for the most part, a working update that we're not going to have to sit there and just deal with for 3 weeks until there's a patch that goes out. So.
Just wait for the 7.0 to come in. The lag's going to be terrible.
So.
Yeah, that'd be amazing if they could do something like that, because every single update, there's always problems. And they always start it on turf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the dumbest thing. Why would you start it on turf? Why not start it on, okay, the new update's available, make it available on Monday so everybody can get in the game and figure out what the problems
are. Is that loud enough?
And let Carbonated know about the problems. So come turf time, hopefully they can fix the problems, because, like I said, the majority of us, all we do is turf.
Mm-hmm.
So the servers are overwhelmed with turfers from Thursday to Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all we're doing. I mean, a lot of us don't even log in the game throughout the week. We just get in there to turf, and that's it. And their servers are overwhelmed, and they can't handle us all in there playing the game at the same time.
Right.
And it's just the lag is just terrible. I mean, which I understand that there's probably always gonna be lag, but the way it gets on Saturday nights around from 8 p.m. to like 11 p.m. my time, it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what actually causes that. I don't know if it's just the influx of players on at that time, if that's what causes it, or if there's other stuff like the game is just run. I don't know exactly how that works and what affects server lag, but I don't know. The other thing I wonder if they could just go through, and if an account hasn't been used in a year, delete it. Like all the old accounts that they're stored somewhere, taking up memory somewhere. All the farming accounts.
Tons of accounts out there.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Yeah, all these farming accounts just sitting there going, hey, if account hasn't been used in a year, delete it. It's gone. That would probably, I don't know if that would affect server lag at all, but it definitely wouldn't hurt something out there. I'm sure getting rid of all this, free up all this memory somewhere wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure it would free up memory, and that's what they need.
I'm not sure if they'll ever add Audi to the game, Dylan. Not sure. Would be nice to see some Audi cars. Audi Quattro. I don't know. There'd be some nice cars to see, but I don't know if it all comes down to probably licensing, and does it make sense? Does it make sense to add an Audi? We don't know. I don't call the shots, but I would like to see. I'd like to see a few.
I've always said that they should add a Chevy car to compete with the SVT.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe like a
Cobalt.
a
C28 or a Cobalt or something like that.
How about a Chevy Volt?
Camaro. What the hell is that?
Who's that?
What is that?
I have no idea.
That was Drew Brees talking.
Oh, Drew Brees. He must have been talking from the couch, right?
Yeah, he's right here. He's going to end up watching the game with me since he ain't playing.
Oh, yeah. But they should have, obviously Ford, Chevy, Dodge, or, these 3 American, cars that are powerhouses. And for each car, they should have the counterpart that's equal to them. Because I like the old Chevy versus Ford event, but all it turned out was everybody was racing Ford SVTs, the Cobra.
Yeah. Yeah, or else you were in Z28s.
Yeah, I made a lot of points up.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's a lot of things, a lot of ideas here. So.
We got 56 people watching. That's awesome.
Hey,
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're all here.
Everybody's into this game. That's why.
I know. See, love it. You guys are awesome joining. So I'm gonna watch the live chat. I want more viewer engagement. So I'm gonna watch the live chat. You guys ask questions, comments. I'm gonna try to address the comments that I see in the live chat. We'll see about that. So Dylan says, I'm going to try to think they need to make an R-Class 2016 Copo Camaro like the 2016 Cobra Jet, like we were talking. Ford, Chevy, they should have equal cars that are comparable. So they can compete against each other. Be cool to have like a Ford versus Chevy where, in all actuality, if you're in a Ford, you could only challenge people in a Chevy. And if you're in a Chevy, you could only challenge people in a Ford. That'd be a little different.
Now that would be fun.
So it would be a true Ford versus Chevy.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Little excitement. I see somebody up here said the Cobalt SS. You know, that's another car that would be, that'd be a good Chevy car to have.
Yeah, Kansas Tracy says, update your old tunes, Joe. Some of the old tunes, man, are just old and outdated. There's newer, better cars out there. So for me to go back and update some of them, it's kind of a waste of time. There's still a few that hold true to the lobby that still work, but for the most part, a lot of them have been replaced with newer cars that have been introduced to the game that are much better and run much faster and all that good stuff. So we'll wait. I'm going to wait till 7.0 comes out till the dust settles, see how it works. I don't want to update tunes now and then have them be useless in 7.0. So I'll keep it in mind. I know a lot of people want updated cars, so I'll wait 7.0. We'll see what goes on, and who knows where it goes from there.
I tell you, to this day, I still watch your videos on drops and shifts on a lot of cars.
I got to tell you, there are cars that I haven't raced in a long time that I still go back and watch. Go, hey, what was the drop on that? Where the shifts?
There's so many cars in the game right now. You can't remember them all. I mean, we all have tune books. I've got all my tunes written in books, and I've got the drop and shifts, listed right with the tune. But I mean, there's a lot of times where, even with these updates, the drops change a little bit. The shifts.
Yeah.
I mean, certain cars you really have to be on with your RPM shifts.
Absolutely.
Every shift is a different, especially the SVT Cobra. If you don't know the shift pattern on that, you're getting smoked. And then you get people that are like, oh, well, how can you be running like a 1.2 or a 1.3 in that car? What are you doing? And it's all in the shifts.
Yeah.
I mean, I've learned that with numerous cars in this game. Not everything's at the wall.
Yep. I started up I entered a tournament this week. I don't know how long it's going to go on. It's a little different type of a progressive tournament. Well, it's with the Cobra SVT. And
the one that
Todd's
your buddy's doing.
Yeah, Todd's putting it on. So he talked to me, and I said, you know what? I haven't done a tournament in a while. I'll do it. But the problem is I absolutely suck with that car. I'm gonna have to practice it. I haven't raced it.
I would have jumped in it. I was actually gonna go into that tournament, but like I said, with me working third shift, it's hard for me to do that stuff during the weekend.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that SVT Cobra. I mean, I hate to boast about it, but I'm a killer with that car. I mean, I could jump in it right now, in the game right now, and I can run the times that are damn near world record times.
Did you guys see that?
Not even have a warm up or anything.
Nessie wanted to eat my butt. That was funny. I love live chat, man. You get some kooks. You get some absolute kooks. I want to eat your butt.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
Craig? That's Craig's alt account.
Yeah, Craig's like, I finally get to tell you how I feel about your butt. How to make sweet love.
I always knew he was in the closet.
Well, he had to go with the butt because your balls are all black and blue.
Oh, they are. No surprise there.
Talking like I'm not even here.
Oh, he is here. Yes, the real Nicky Poo. Yes, they are removing ghost shifting eventually. I don't know if it's going to be 7.0. I think it could be. I think they are working on a way to remove it from last I heard. I heard they are.
See, that's one of the competitive edges. I mean, we got guys on my team that are killer with ghosting.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason that they started ghosting was because they wanted more of a challenge when playing the game.
Yes.
So now these guys, they're really good at ghosting. I've tried it on everything. I've got, like I said, I'm on Apple. I've got an iPhone 7. I've got an iPad Pro. I cannot ghost on either one of them. It's like impossible for me.
Yeah.
And I see, you know, there are a bunch of guys in this game that will respect you. If you go into a turf lobby, you know, even a few months ago when we had the Javelin event, I would go in the lobby, in Max lobby, and ask for no ghost pinks. And a lot of people will respect that.
Do they really? I've always wondered if I've never done that. I don't know if people actually respect that.
There was quite a few people that would actually respect it. I mean,
there's a few in the Subi Coop, but you say that you ain't ghosting and they're coming right at you.
See, and I used to love the Subi Coop in 56 lobby. I used to kill with that car.
Yeah.
And now I won't even go in it. I've got so many of them sitting in my garage, and I won't.
I still go in it now
because I know
if
if I go into a lobby, yeah, they need to get rid of that. I mean, that would. They talk about competitive edge in the game and more equal competition. I think if they get rid of the ghosting, everybody will be on an equal playing field, and then it's all up to your tune and your shifting and the way it used to be.
Yeah. So let's I'm going to do an introduction really quick, guys. We're going on 2.5 hours, and we still have almost 60 people watching, so I guarantee some people here want to know who we're talking with. So let me do a little quick intro and be right back with you. All right, guys, we're back, and let me introduce the usual suspects. With me is, we'll start off with Nick. Nick, what's up? How you doing?
How's it going?
Dilly dilly. Craig Wood is here with us. You guys know Craig. Craig, why don't you say hello?
Hello.
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. No matter what I say.
You don't say much anyway.
He's just good with his fingers. Don't tell him, Craig.
Oh.
That's some experience now.
And for those of you who are wondering who this lovely young lady here who knows that Craig's good with his fingers, who is this? Who are we talking to? Crystal. Good to meet you, Crystal. She's new to the live stream. Also new to the live stream is Prophet of Doom. He was in the live chat, had some interesting points, and we got him right here on the live stream with us. So, Prophet, why don't you take a moment, say hello, and meet everybody.
Hello, everybody, and I'd just like to say what I say in all the lobbies. Sup, fuckers.
There you go. So, there we go. Got some. Like it, we got some old familiar voices here tonight, some new voices with good opinions as well. Talking about Carbonated's teaser live streams 7.0. New players to old players, they want to bridge that gap, and I can't disagree at all. That is exactly what I feel we need. More new players, more players that play long term. So I like that idea. Wait and see how they do it. That's what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. Next, we'll step into the crates. Crates are going to be switched up a little bit. First of all, from what we're hearing, blueprints will be a thing of the past. 2 thumbs up for that. I hate blueprints. Just give me the whole damn car or don't give me anything at all. So now you buy a crate, instead of getting 1 item per 1 crate, now you're going to get, looks like 3 items, maybe more. I don't know. Craig, you said you thought you heard, or somebody said they thought they heard Daniel say more than that. So I'm not quite sure.
He said something like 3 earlier.
Yeah.
3 crates per.
So he did give us a little mock-up. He opened up some crates, and there were 3 items in it in 1 crate. First item was a radioactive paint, which was a red and a yellow 2-tone, which, gotta say, is probably really good. And I hope they do more 2-tones, like red and yellow's good. A blue and a purple would be really nice. A green and a yellow maybe, or a green and something. I don't know. There's plenty of different combinations out there. So second item was a red headlight, which had a blue highlight around it, meaning that it was probably could be a common item or would indicate maybe an epic or a very rare item. I kind of like that to give you an idea of how valuable this item is that you got. You got this car, but is this a common car? Does everybody have this? Well, there's also another way to check that. It's the Codex. We'll talk about that. Third item was a Honda Mugen. I don't know how to pronounce it. Still don't know how to pronounce it. Even after 2.5 hours of live streaming, I don't know how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Mugen. I'm a slow learner. You guys know that. It's an NSX RR lookalike. This was an R2 class car. And it was the whole car. You got it. You got the whole car. No more blueprints. I think that's awesome. Next is the Big Shocker. Is that it? Just kidding. The Shocker. The Big Shocker is there's no more showroom. Showroom will be a thing of the past. They will, though, have new ways for us to earn and collect cars. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but we'll learn. And as soon as I learn, we'll live stream, we'll talk about it. And Mugen. Mugen. All right, I'm just reading the live chat here. What else, guys? What else? X-Class to be determined. Maybe getting rid of it. Maybe doing nothing with it. Maybe incorporating it into other classes. We don't know. But they did agree that it's kind of a useless class without a purpose. I don't disagree. Some of the cars I like, but X-Class, kind of odd, Do a perfect shift.
When's the last time any of us took an X-Class car out, though?
I can't remember. I can't remember the last time I did it.
I got a few, and they never hit the track.
Never.
I didn't race it during the X-Class event.
Yeah, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. I can't tell you the last time I took one out for a spin. They don't do much for me. Like they say, most of them are just way too difficult to drive. And if you're going up against somebody in an R class or even an S class, you just don't feel all that confident that you're going to win that race. So why even bother? So the Cardex. Cardex is basically a Rolodex for the cars, giving you every bit of information you need to know about it. If you have this car, if it shows Honda, it should say, hey, it might say 2 out of 10, meaning you have 2 out of the 10 Hondas that are in the game. You own 2 out of 10, or if it's a Ford, maybe you own 15 out of the 27. You know, it'll tell you that. It'll tell you the stats on the car, the rating, the class, the drive type, the whatever, weight, torque, horsepower, all that good stuff. It'll give you all those stats, how you obtain this car. Was it available in the showroom? Was it a turf car? Was it a giveaway car? Was it a whatever special event car? I don't particularly think we need this information. I don't know if it's really relevant that much, where a car came from. But maybe they have something else in store for us. Maybe we're only getting a fraction of the picture here. I'll wait to cast judgment later. And then they showed us the whole new showroom. Crystal, you there?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what you think of the...
Asleep.
She did. I'm gonna wake her ass up.
Because she's high.
There you go. So, Crystal, what did you think of the showroom? Or not the showroom, I'm sorry, the garage.
The garage, I like how they're filtering it out. I was tired of having to go through a long garage and search for one car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that account anymore, so you don't have to worry about that.
I know. I only have like 400 cars right now. I lost that big account.
You didn't lose it. You know what happened.
So
had to get that house built.
Right? Yeah, I'm in the process of doing my house, so. But
I think you sold it for something to get high with. No?
well, Xander, man, I think the new update is going to be a good thing. There's going to be some changes we're going to need to get used to, get changed, and acclimate to. But I think the long run, once we get accustomed to some of these changes, I think it's for the better. I can't say that 100% about 100% of the items that they're changing and adding, but I think overall it's going to be a good thing. We just need to kind of hang in there and see. Achievements. I'd like to see achievements.
Nobody likes change.
Nobody. I don't get it. I love change, man.
No, I'm just saying, like with every update, you get the people that are bitching and complaining.
Fair enough.
And why are you doing this? And why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, since Carbonated has taken over this game, it's been the gameplay itself has been a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing what they need to do. They're taking into consideration our concerns for the game. You know, Daniel's banning all these cheaters, which is just awesome.
Uh-huh.
I mean, everybody's sick of the GG users, and
absolutely. I think that's one thing we can all agree on.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job, and we'll just have to wait and see in a couple months what this update's all going to be about.
Mm-hmm. Well, Goggles how do you say that? Pizzano. His comment, cheating, please address the cheating in the game. How is 7.0 going to address the cheating in the game? Legit racers like myself are sick of all the cheating. Absolutely. I don't think there's a single one of us up here that doesn't agree with you. Unfortunately, I don't know how they're going to address the cheating, how they're going to do it. And even if they do know, I don't think they're going to tell us, because that's something you want to keep private. You want to keep on the down low, because, of course, if people know how they're going to detect the cheaters, then they know how to avoid being detected. And it's going to kind of be self-defeating. So you got to keep it on the down low. Carbonated probably has a lot of things in place, a lot of checks and systems and balances that they don't want to discuss, because if we knew it, then the cheaters know it, and the cheaters know how to get around the system, and it would be pointless. So hopefully they are working on it, and hopefully they don't tell us. Hopefully we just stop seeing cheaters, you know. They stay on top of banning their accounts. So,
that'd be awesome.
So, but yeah, I know.
What I did not see on that update?
What's that?
The tournament. The tournament.
Yeah.
Nobody does that tournament.
Tournament's useless. The tournament is absolutely useless. Like, I could go and try to do a tournament right now, and 4 hours from now I might get a race. It's absolutely
You'll be
useless.
the only one sitting in the lobby the whole time.
Yeah, and it's pointless. So I'd like to see either A, make it relevant again, or B, get rid of it altogether.
Just get rid of it.
Add something different. Add some other mode in the game. You know, whether it's you know, another smaller, like a 5-man team like event where you only have 5 people on a team, and each team, you know, goes up against other 5-man teams or something. You know, I don't know. something would be better. Anything would be better than what we have for tournaments. I hate the tournaments. Waste of time, waste of, space, basically, the way I see it.
Well, it's stupid, too, because every day they have it as one of the daily goals
That's
to get those lousy 50 gems that they give out.
Right, and that's a way where nobody can complete it and get those gems because there's a completely impossible task.
And it doesn't even matter what rated car you take. You take any rated car.
Right.
A 50, 56, 63, 68, 71, all the way up to max, those lobbies are empty.
Yeah.
Nobody's there.
No,
so it's pointless even having it.
I agree with you 100%. Get rid of it or somehow, I don't know, make it relevant again, but I don't know how you can do that. So I would say give it the old axe and come up with something completely new.
Well, the tournament kind of died out when they got rid of the cloning, because that's where all the cloning was going on.
Right. Well, that's why they did.
So that's as soon as they did that, they should have just shut the tournaments down completely.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah, when they found out that the tournament is where a lot of the cloning was happening. It used to, if you guys remember, it was 4 races. You could win up to 3 cars if it was a pink slip. And whatever the disconnect, whatever the process was, they were cloning cars. So instead of shutting them down completely, they just removed the pinks, and it was money only. And you'd get tokens. And then what happened is they discovered that's where they were farming money. This was a huge, huge source for money. All the tokens out there, all the farmers out there making killer RRC just nonstop around the clock. So they got rid of the tokens, and it was just like the tournament started this big, really grand scale operation, and now it's just this little tiny insignificant, corner of the game taking up memory and space that doesn't do anything. It doesn't add anything to the game, so get rid of it.
See, and that could be a factor in the lag too, is just having that sitting there doing nothing.
You know what? I don't know how it works, but I would have to agree. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get rid of some of the stuff to free up. Maybe that's what causes lag. I don't know. I would definitely think it wouldn't hurt to get rid of it.
If they get rid of it and come up with a better idea or something compatible to it, like you said, like a 5-man team go into a tournament.
Something like
something like that would be a good idea.
Yeah, like
but
24.
Just the way they have it right now is just stupid.
Like a 24-hour event, that could run independently of showroom or showdown or independently of turf. It doesn't affect either of them. It could happen on a Tuesday night. It could happen on a Wednesday night. Maybe it happens every other night. You don't know. But a 5-man team operation, and what are the achievement? The goals is to hit top 10 or top 20 in a 5-man team operation, and if you do, you win a car. You win a special wrap for a car. Add this to one of the many list of ideas to earn cars. I think that'd be really cool.
Back in the day when the showdowns, we were racing for cars.
Yeah. Bring them back. Bring back the showdown cars.
Bring that back.
They don't have to be gold cars. They could be gold cars. I wouldn't disagree, but it could be anything. Bring back the days where there's actually prizes for showdown. Like there's really no incentive. Yeah, you get some gems, you get some booze, you get some RC, a few crates, but in all actuality, give us something we really want, something that people want to race for, a car. That's why we race. Give us a car. You could still give us a few, the lower producers, if you're down top 500 or whatever. I don't know the scale on Showdown, but the lower ranks, maybe you get money in RRC or gems or whatever. But the top producers of points, give them something good. Give them a car, something we want to race for. If I wanted crates and I'm not going to Showdown. I'm going to the the shipyard. I'm just going to buy crates. I'm not going to race to get crates. It's a good bonus. Yes, I'm not going to turn down some crates, but that's not why I race. If I want crates and I want boosts, I know where to go to get those. I know right up at the top of the screen. I hit that, I can buy boosts. I hit this button over here. I go to the shipyard, and there's all the crates my heart desires. I can buy them till I run out of money. I know where to get them. I don't go to Showdown to get crates. Whoa, hello from Houston. All right. We got 42 people watching right now. Guys, when you hear this, let me know where you're from. I see Alex is in Houston. Where are you at? Where are you watching? What country? What state? Where are you watching? Kind of curious to see where everyone's at this evening. Big Red agrees. So, Georgia. Ron's in Georgia. We got, we know we got someone here tonight in Milwaukee, is it?
Yep.
Milwaukee. We got some Detroit, Florida, Denver, Puerto Rico, Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Houston, Northside. How far is that from Friendsville, Alex? Canada. We got a viewer in Quebec, California. Craig's in Maryland, bitches. I've never heard of that place, but... Phoenix. And Edward is back. California, Connecticut, North Carolina. All right, all right. We got people from all over the place. Oklahoma. I love this. I just love looking at the live chat and just seeing where everybody's from. It's kind of cool to see that there's people in Arkansas, right here, Mountain Home, Arkansas, who's watching. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Crazy.
See, and that's the best thing about this.
Wow.
It's always been is all the interaction with people from other states and even other countries.
Yep.
I mean, I can remember back in the day, we had guys that were from South Africa,
yeah,
London. I mean, it's a worldwide game, and that's what's so cool
yep.
about it. Lugnuts is from Pennsylvania. That's my buddy too.
Wow. So I mean
that's the best thing about the game is all the live interaction.
Uh-huh.
All the friends that I've made over the years of playing this. You know, it's a great community to be a part of.
Yep. Somebody here, I'll have to go up through the chat. They said it twice. Yes. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing. I apologize profusely if I'm going to mispronounce the name of your country, but Suriname, which is in South America. We have a viewer in South America right now. Good friend of mine from Bolivia.
I see one in Jamaica.
Jamaica? I have a good friend that's not too far in Bolivia. Friend in Chile, South America right now. So I apologize if I didn't pronounce Suriname correctly, but it's awesome that we have somebody from South America watching right now. Wow. Okay. So UK, really awesome. People all over the place. Man, I don't want to get off the computer here, but man, we've been going almost, we're getting close to 3 hours. Crazy.
Damn.
3 hours, and we still have almost 50 people watching. So that's crazy. So I'm gonna.
Anybody sleep and have to get up for work?
Not me. I just talked to my boss, and Monday I'm going back to work Monday. Hopefully I'm able to work. We'll see. But Craig's from Intercourse, Maryland. I thought Intercourse was in Pennsylvania.
No, he's not.
Intercourse is from Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania. Make it a 24-hour stream. I wish I could. I just was not prepared for it. But you know, wow.
I'm always up till about 5 a.m. with my work schedule, so
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
All right. Well, hey, as long as we have viewers, I'm going to keep going. If anybody, I know you guys, Craig, I know Nick, I don't know about you, Crystal. I don't know what you guys' work schedules are, but I know you guys have to work, you know, need some sleep. If you guys want to cut out of here, you know, just let me know. Feel free. I don't want you to feel you're chained down, but
Crystal's a stay-at-home mommy.
Yes, I am.
see.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
All right. So, I mean, I'll continue as long as we have people watching and we have interesting toppings. I'm hungry. Interesting topics. I could go for a pizza right now. I need a button to
order a pizza real quick.
YouTube needs a button where I could just click right here and I have my information. I click it and I order a pizza.
That'd be great.
So 20 minutes from now, I get a knock at the door and it's a nice, fresh, hot pizza. So, but Mr. Banana's got school tomorrow. Whew. Uber Eats. We don't have Uber Eats here. I wish we did. Uber Eats. Uber Eats, like you call them, they deliver food. Uber delivers your food. Not only do they deliver people, but they deliver food. So, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Want some straight? Well, I guess.
So, but
I was gonna say, would you want some stranger delivering your food? But they do all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Domino's Pizza.
Yeah.
Domino's? Did you just say Domino's?
Oh my God, dude.
Is it too soon?
You might as well eat your boogers if you're gonna eat a Domino's pizza.
I'm not a big Domino's fan.
I'm just naming off a place that delivers. Jesus. Calm down, guys. Calm down.
Now there you go. Kansas Tracy has an idea. He says, I wish I could get my stay-at-home baby mama to tune and build. There you go.
There you go.
There's a way around the system.
Barriers might do it.
I try to get my kids to tune for me and build. No, it's boring. They hate it.
Hey.
And Thursday is not considered turf day.
I tell the kids if they want food, they better learn how to tune. You want a bed to sleep in? Tune that Cobra.
Finish tuning them cars or you ain't getting no dinner.
That's what I say. Tune that car or GTFO.
I'm just thankful my 4-year-old she's already knocked out.
So, but I think Surreal had a good idea. I'm going to start doing I'm going to try to get together a Monday live stream where we cover the next week's events and kind of give people an idea of what cars would be good for them to run. That'd be a pretty cool idea.
So, Beer Goggles said, Craig from Maryland, home of transsexuals. I did not know that.
Wow.
That's an interesting fact.
Is there?
I don't know if I don't think I want to Google that. No, it's not. Please, Goggles.
Yeah, I did.
Catch you later, Big Red. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Craig, you got a weird life, Ron says.
2 different lives. That's what.
Wow.
Alright, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm going to die, so.
Alright, buddy. Take care.
Hey, Craig.
I'll hit you up in the morning.
Alright.
I don't even know. I don't even want to comment on that. All right. Hey, thanks for joining, Craig. We'll chat tomorrow.
Alright, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Bye, Craig.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Take it easy.
Bye, Craigie Poo. I'm eating some pepperoni there, Jay Homie. Jay Homie's like, what you eating, Pigpen? I had a whole stack of pepperonis here I was eating. So, all right. Well, I think I should give away a car soon, but I don't have my account, so...
A Datsun 510.
A Datsun 510. I should probably do some, maybe my next live stream I'll have my cars and people can just join me and I'll give away cars. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, I don't know. I'd love to continue live streaming, but I hate to cut it short, man. So many people here. It's alive.
Cut it short. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah, Craig's going to go.
This is probably your longest stream yet.
I think it is. 3 hours definitely is. Craig's going to go cry himself to sleep. Good night, Craig. Bye, Craig.
They called me transsexual.
Make sure you put your diaper on.
Damn. Ruthless. Ruthless. All right.
You know he didn't go to bed. He's still sitting there listening, making sure we ain't
He
talking.
is. He's in the live chat right now.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys are mean. I'm going to cry myself to sleep. And then...
He's going to bed. He's sucking his pacifier.
That ain't a pacifier.
I was being nice.
Wow.
Ouch. I could go for some Burger King there. Warren. Yeah. All right. So, I think, I don't know. Hey, if you guys are around and you guys want to live stream again next week, same time, same place, right after the carbonated Twitch feed, they'll have new information they'll drop. You guys want to join me right back here? We'll kind of wrap it up and cram it down your throat and kind of break it down and see how it affects us as players and what our opinion is. So I'm going to try
Just gotta say, Joe, it was an honor being here on your live feed.
Thank you, man. It was definitely an honor to have you here. I see you in the live chat almost every single live stream, and I'm like, hey, it's Prophet. And I got to say, up until today, never had an opportunity to meet you and talk with you and all that good stuff. So this is my pleasure as well. I mean, this is really cool. That's the one great thing about being, having a YouTube channel is I get to meet some really cool people, and it was really awesome. Like, there's Prophet in the live chat. Let's see if we can get him on Skype with us. And sure enough, here he is. And you know what? If you wouldn't mind, I would definitely, absolutely, hands down, have you back on again, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, it'd be a pleasure.
All right, excellent. So I'm going to keep you here on my Skype directory, my Cardex of players, and
Okay.
and I'll hit you up for another live stream soon. And
Sounds good.
maybe we'll get Ron on here. I know Surreal wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having Surreal back on. He's always a good guest. Lots of stuff to talk about. And I'm going to try to get a few new people as well. I got to hit up the Facebook groups and find out the main players and see who's interested in live streaming. So there's a few buyers and sellers from the black market that I'd like to have on to kind of, cover that. I've never actually covered that aspect. As far as, I bought a few things here and there from the black market. I can't say I haven't, but I've never actually really went into depth like these big time, the big name sellers. You guys know them. I've talked to a few of them and I'd like to see if we can get them on the live stream one of these days to kind of see what their take on the game is from a buyer and seller point of view. So,
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it
there's
would.
that. And Surreal brought up a good idea. After Turf ends on Sunday night, Monday, have a quick live stream with just some good selections of cars for the particular events that are coming in the coming in the following week. So there's that. All kinds of stuff. I'm going to really, really buckle down, do some more live streaming. What is today? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's Thursday for you on the East Coast.
Yeah, well, yeah, technically, absolutely, yes, it is Thursday. So I bought this, and I know it's not Racing Rivals related, but I have this. It's almost a 2,000-piece Lego set here, the NASA Apollo Saturn V. This thing is over a meter tall, over 3 feet tall. And I'm going to just live stream one of these days, put the camera on and live stream me building it. It's probably going to take a few hours. So if you guys want to join me, we'll talk Racing Rivals. We'll talk whatever, football, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about it. I'm just going to live stream building the damn thing and see if I can finish it off for my studio.
You know I couldn't build no damn 3-foot-tall Lego thing. I'd be F-bombing every 2 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you're only 2 feet tall.
No.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I can only sit for so long. My stomach is killing me. Oh. So, wow. Yep. Oh, what was his name? The winner of the virtual reality glasses I gave away. Let's see if I can find his name here. I have it in my Facebook chat. Steve, I thought it was Steven. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Somebody in chat was wondering who won the virtual reality glasses. It was a gentleman by the name of Stephen Parker.
Cool.
I believe it was. Make sure it was the right conversation here.
Congratulations.
Yep, Stephen Parker. He was the winner of the virtual reality glasses. I'm going to do some more giveaways of actual items I can mail to people. I think that's really cool. I've got so much stuff here. I open up all these subscription boxes. I got so many toys here, there, over there, in the closet over there. Toys everywhere. Check this out. Check this. I got this recently. Check this out. Castle Grayskull, Masters of the Universe. Check that out.
Oh, nice.
So that's the original. I'm gonna put that up on the wall. I bought that, so I'm gonna start doing some giveaways of actual real items that people want. So I'll send them out in the mail. Sometimes it's better than cars. Sometimes I'll give away some more cars. Maybe my next live stream I'll have my account, and if you can join me, you get a car. So there you have it. So I just want to thank everybody. We're going to wrap this up here. We just hit 3 hours. Craig Wood was with us, jumped off earlier. I think he might still be in chat. Maybe not, but he was here. The usual, we have Nick. Nick's here. Nick, thanks so much for spending 3 hours out of your evening just hanging and chatting with me.
No problem.
Crystal, this is Crystal's first time here. Crystal, thank you. Pleasure having I know this is weird. Gamers are almost always guys, no women. Bull, they're women. Proof right here. Thank you, Crystal, for joining us and letting us in on your opinions of the game. And also we have Prophet of Doom. One last time, Prophet, thanks very much for joining. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Make sure to check out my next live stream. I'm going to try to jump on tomorrow about the same time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn those video notifications on so you never miss a video. Peace out, Cub Scout.